I'm Rezlar.
I'm Frosty.
As nobody's really engaged quite yet.
Yep. Oh, there we have a bit of. Oh, was that a triple stun for the Mystic?
And welcome back to the Value Pack. And welcome everybody to another episode of the Value Pack. Hey guys, really quickly before the podcast starts, I just want to let you guys know a couple things. So last week we were supposed to have the Striker CPCP on the podcast. Unfortunately, we lost basically all of that recording. We did get a couple bits at the end, which we thought was the guest questions and the comments. So what we were going to do was put some of that in at the beginning of this episode. Unfortunately, going back and looking through the podcast again and seeing what we actually only had the comments, which the part that we wanted to put in this episode was the guest questions for CPCP from the Discord. So we actually don't have that, unfortunately. So you're going to hear a couple times we reference something about having the guest questions for CPCP and it being at the beginning of the podcast. We don't actually have that footage, unfortunately. If you were looking forward to CPCP being on the podcast, do not worry. He's going to be back on the podcast once he has some time to get a good feel for Striker Succession on live servers. So we are planning on having him on again. He was a fantastic guest, and it's just a shame that we ended up losing basically all of the footage from last week. So anyway, hopefully you enjoy this week, and yeah, sorry again. Join the Discord for notifications on the podcast, and enjoy the show. Joining us today is the wonderful and lovely and beautiful and other adjectives, Nayashe. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Always a pleasure.
And so Nayashe has kind of been a recurring guest for quite a while now. The other day we asked him if he wanted to just kind of join the team, basically, as an actual member of the squad, and
full-time editor, and
yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
he's also...
I don't know if you guys see my videos. My editing skills are gonna be pretty much raw footage.
Does it prevent Rezlar from having to do it? Then you're qualified.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So basically, TLDR, if you like Nayashe, then good news, you're going to start seeing him a lot more. He's going to be joining us for other guests that we talk with and all that kind of fun stuff. So you're going to get a lot more of him in the podcast in general. Also, this will be good because if there has been a couple of instances where me and Frosty's schedule couldn't line up at any point during a time in which we would normally record. And so we were faced with this decision to either release an episode a day or two late or just skip the week. And now we don't necessarily have to do that anymore because let's say if we're trying to schedule a podcast and I can't make it, then now we have the option of maybe just Nayashe and Frosty do an episode, or me and Nayashe, or me and Frosty without Nayashe. It allows for more consistent upload, albeit at a cost of, not everybody will be there, but that shouldn't happen very frequently. But just trying to reduce those times where we end up having to skip a week, basically.
Basically what you're saying is every other week or, every couple weeks or whatever the case might be, there might be a episode where there's no arguing and everyone agrees on the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then also last thing to just touch on. So this should be following in my head if I'm planning this out correctly. You should have already seen the part about CPCP and all of the guest questions and things of that from the recording that we lost, basically. But if you skipped over that for some strange reason and you're here now and you're saying, why the fuck wasn't there a podcast last week? Basically, we kind of lost almost all of the footage that we recorded for probably 2 hours and 15 minutes. And that's why we didn't release an episode last week. But if you skipped the earlier bit, you shouldn't, because one part that we did manage to hold on to was the guest questions, where the people in our Discord asked CPCP specifically questions. And we actually managed to keep that part in, so I have that, and so that's on the beginning of this video. So again, if you skipped for whatever reason that, go check that out because it's very, very interesting. And oh yeah, that's a thing that's happening as well. I forgot about that. So anyway, yeah, if you skip that for some strange reason, don't. CPCP was a fantastic guest, and fuck, man, that was so frustrating when we realized that we lost the goddamn footage. So go check that out. Okay, moving into this week, we have quite a bit of things to talk about, but we're gonna open it up with Odyllita. There's no R, right? It's Odyllita.
Unless the apostrophe in Korea is pronounced with an R sound. I don't know.
Odyllita, they released a lot of information. I don't think they released a date, though. Did they? Did they say that there's a date?
So when they officially re-announced it at their like ball or whatever the hell it was last time, their last big event, they said Q1 for Korea and Q2 for NAEU.
Okay. So Q2.
Q2. Yeah. So we're getting kind of near there.
We got a lot of information on it, though, and pictures and videos and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, so that shit is out on Global Labs right now, and it came with a whole bunch of shit. So I'm just going to have this shit playing in the background. This is Chemo's video. I like to reference his because he does super high quality stuff, and he usually demos shit on Global Labs. There are 4 new grind spots. There's the 250 AP zone, 270 AP zone, 300, and 310. And then the 250 is a solo spot, the 310 is a solo spot, and then the 270 and the 300 are party spots. One of them is a 2-person, the other's a 3-person. And then the places look really fucking cool. Honestly, like I don't know if you guys haven't watched the videos, go watch some videos of it. Like it kind of reminds me of a cross between Dregan and Kama. Like it's less colorful, but it has forest and swamps and like some dark areas under trees, and the mobs look kind of cool in basically every one of these zones. A lot of people have been testing some of these spots. So the 250 spot apparently hits pretty fucking hard, and they're really tanky as well. So it might be kind of tough. I don't know if that's a Global Lab thing or they need to rebalance it or what, but for being a 250 AP zone, people are saying it's actually really hard. And then the 270 and 300 spots also are super fucking hard.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I heard similar.
300 is the solo spot? Hello?
That's insane.
No, 310. 310 is the solo spot.
Sorry, yeah, 310. I was mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, that changed.
Zethian's going to be disappointed to hear that he's going to have to actually switch back to AP build.
Yeah, right, dude?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
I feel like the general consensus on those numbers, though, is it's usually referring to Nuver, right? So if you have Kudum, it could be less, I think.
Generally, yes.
Yeah. I know Kimo's here with kind of a lot of AP, but he kills these things pretty quickly in his video. The trash loot at the 250 spot is worth 15,000 each. Which is basically Hystria, same as Hystria. I think the trash loot at the other places, I'm remembering this off the top of my head. Someone had it listed, but I think the 270 spot, the trash is 18,000. That's a group spot. The 300 spot is 35,000, and then the 310 AP spot is like 107,000 per trash, which is actually insane. You probably don't get that much, but yeah, it's kind of nuts. I'm just like, I forgot to tell you, Rezlar, to put these in the notes too, because they had on, since we kind of missed last week, but they added they buffed Gyphon. We talked about that last week. They buffed Gyphon as well, and then the new pirate spot as well. That's a group grind spot. And then the new 2-person Bloody Monastery. Plus, there's 2 group grind spots here. It's actually, there's going to be a ton of places where you're going to be grinding with 2 or 3 people now.
Which is cool.
Yeah, which is fucking awesome. And they're making it so loot scrolls actually work in party zones. So, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's the content that they promise people. More grind zones and group content. So.
More grind zones. Dude, these Minotaurs in this video hit so hard. They're really slow, and I think if you're here, you're supposed to be here with 2 people. This is the 2. I think the Minotaurs are the 270 spot. Yeah, I feel like with 2 people wouldn't be that bad. This dude has 344 DP though. Although with a
Jesus.
Kudum, he's using a DR build with a Kudum, and there's like no Kaffir stones in his armor, so it's kind of like he's really like 331. But they hit him pretty hard, and I think if you're there with 2 or 3 people, it's probably not that bad because they're
Yeah.
really slow.
A lot more dispersed damage being spread across multiple players.
Now I don't know where each of the items drops, so once I know that for sure, we could talk about it in a future episode. But they have a few new items. There's like a blue necklace that drops from one of these places. That starts at 10 AP, which is basically an ogre ring. I imagine it probably only goes up like 4 per level or something, but that's kind of cool. Because if you don't have an ogre ring,
it's blue too, right?
yeah, it's blue.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
So that'd be kind of interesting. Maybe it'll be easier for newer players to get that from the marketplace. And then there's a new belt, a new accuracy belt that is it has the same accuracy as Tree Spirit belt, but at basically every level it has 2 more AP or something along those lines. I think it starts off at the same, but then at Tet it has 2 more AP. So a tree belt at Tet has 13 AP. This belt has 15, and then at Pen a tree belt has 15, and this new belt has 17. By the way, these golems look crazy. I don't know if that's a world boss or a field boss, but one of the golems is fucking massive, dude. It's like standing upright on 2 feet. What is that?
Do you have a link to that?
Yeah, here, I'll link it exactly at the timestamp too. It looks fucking eerie as shit. There, I put it in there.
Does it look like a boss in fucking Desert?
Let me see if it has a star icon. I don't see it on the map. It's not showing on the map. It's huge. It looks fucking cool. It starts right at 508 in that video.
At 508?
Yeah, none of these mobs are actually on the map in his mini
Oh,
map.
that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's
That
cool
thing's
looking, right?
huge.
He didn't aggro him though, so maybe it's not. Maybe it's an NPC.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Like, look at 525, dude. He just gets one shot by a golem.
Maybe it's like an NPC
Oh
or like the what's that giant fucking tree that walks around Trent?
It doesn't even look like he got hit by anything. The thing just like the swing damage actually happened before the animation finished.
Dude, yeah, this 310 AP spot. I don't know, man. I think this is the 310 or 300. Oh, maybe it's the 300. Dude, he dies a bunch of times. All right, so yeah, those are 2 of the new items. There's also a new crystal, the 2 new crystals. And one of them gives accuracy and human damage. The other one gives accuracy and monster AP. So the thing is with the new crystals is that they're actually for the awakening weapon.
Which is interesting.
Which is crazy because the awakening weapons don't have it, but I guess on Dragon Slayer and Dandy, now with the Odyllita update, you can put a Garmoth's heart into an awakening weapon. It'll give it some stats. We don't know what the stats are yet. And it will add a socket to your awakening weapon so you can put these crystals in.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. A socket in your awakening weapon. Are there going to be awakening weapon specific gems?
Yes, there's 2 specific gems that you can use in your awakening weapon. Right now, the one is... They're both accuracy crystals. One has monster AP, the other has human damage with 3 accuracy.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's 3 accuracy and 5 human damage. Plus,
sounds pretty good.
Apparently, like the Garmoth's heart itself apparently gives critical hit damage, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I haven't seen a screenshot or anything that's proof of that. That's just what a bunch of people were saying. So I'm not too sure.
Someone in Nayashe's stream, by the way, for anybody watching this recording, Nayashe does stream over at twitch.tv/Nayashe_NA. Check him out. Someone in his stream says golems are a 5 people's spot and the trash loot is 107k.
Right.
Oh,
okay, it's 5. It's 5, not 3. I thought it was 3.
They say it's 5, so
yeah. According to what they're saying, the golems are 5, man.
Okay.
And the bigger ones apparently, if they hit you from behind, they one-shot you with 370 DP. Or no,
And block.
The bigger one behind this one shot me with 370 DP with block. So okay, so he was referring to my footage. There was a big golem that was one-shotting him at 370 DP.
Yeah, and that's Dildo, so saying that.
Oh, right. Well, Dildo, you were probably on a Mystic, right? Reroll. You knew.
Reroll to a class with actual block, thanks.
Feels bad.
Yeah, the magic DP didn't help, huh?
Go figure.
Yeah, this gargoyle spot also looks fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
The gargoyle spot is the solo one. Let me see if I can find a different
The
video.
310. This is the 310 zone.
Yeah, that's the 310 zone.
It's insane.
Man, I'm actually excited for these spots. I know there's not a whole lot of people that can do the higher spots, but the first two spots I think are fairly viable for most people. And I kind of like that they're making DP important, to be honest, in grind spots.
Yeah, I mean, it is good for a number of reasons. I mean, it forces people, if they want to grind in those higher end zones, they need to diversify their gear.
Yeah, Anders also puts up a bunch of good videos.
Yeah, Anders does pretty good videos for review over the content.
So someone put like a whole on all the nodes and what you can get at each node, like a guide already is put together. It's kind of crazy. Oh, it was,
Yeah,
it was Anders, I think, actually. I'll have Anders' video playing in the background. Don't mean to. Is this plagiarizing? I don't know how this works since it's on a recording or a
No, we don't make money. It's fine.
Yeah, so 4 new grind spots, 2 of them are party, 2 solo, a bunch of new items. There's the accuracy belt, the 2 new crystals, the neck, and there's one more item I'm missing. No. Wait, let me look at the notes.
There was...
No. Yeah, there's only the 2 crystals, and then there's a bunch of new elixirs that you can make, and food, and then yeah, the 2 crystals, the belt, and then the blue necklace. And then I don't know what the necklace actually has. Oh, the necklace is obtained by completing Odyllita main quest. I see. So it's
which
probably,
necklace is that again?
I'm not sure what it's called, but it just says in the Global Labs notes, says added a necklace that can be obtained by completing the main quest. Here's like an image of it. I'll post it.
10 AP, 4 accuracy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 10 AP, 4 accuracy, and I don't know what the stat is at the bottom.
Probably like HP or something.
Or monster
Probably.
AP.
That'd be dope.
That actually would be kind of cool for new players. 25 monster AP.
Yeah. That could be a thing, actually. Especially for those 310 zones. 310 AP is like really hard to get to. It's already hard enough getting to like 290, and then.
Dude, Odyllita is actually really big. It's not a small zone, like it's fucking huge. Like bigger than Dragon huge.
Really?
Yeah, like the actual like land mass. I mean, maybe Dragon has more surface area because the hills and stuff. I don't know, but the actual space it takes up is huge. Also, it's completely set. Did we know that? I can't remember. I feel like some of the nerds data mined it or found out, but that it was south west of Dragon. So you get way, yeah. So it's south, southwest of Dragon. So you go way, way, way to the bottom of the map.
I thought it was like basically right under Dragon, but you know, obviously connected
yeah, it's like
to Calpheon as well.
It's mostly south, but it's slightly west as well, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like Mexico compared to Texas. About 3,000 miles west. It stretches. I don't know, man. I'm hyped for this. I want this shit to come out. And then I'm trying to think of some of the... Oh, so the Black Star armor. The Blackstar armor is crazy. So Rez, I don't know if you looked into this or heard about it, but
Is this the one where you need the pin tree and the pin?
so supposedly
oh,
that's a
God.
rumor. I don't know if that's 100% true, but just for the actual Blackstar armor itself, it's just the chest piece that they released on Global Lab. You have to do a quest line to get it. Probably costs a lot to make or start, so it'll probably sell for a lot if you have a base one. But yeah, it's just the chest armor. It's kind of like a dim tree, and at different levels it compares to dim tree. So at Tet, it's equal to a dim tree that's like Kaphris level 2 or 3. I think the stats actually line up to be a little bit more than Kaphris 2, but a little bit less than Kaphris 3, like by like 1 stat point or something. So Tet is basically a pen dim tree that's Kaphris level 2 or 3. A pen Blackstar armor is equal to a pen dim tree that's C9. And then beyond that, you can actually upgrade a pen Blackstar and transform it into a new armor called Armor of the Dead God.
That's
And-
the one, right?
Right. And then
Yes.
the rumor is that you have to take a pen Blackstar and a pen dim tree to create the Armor of the Dead God. And then from there, I think level 1 is like C10.
It goes up to 5, right?
Yeah, it goes up to 5. I guess at C2, it's equal to a C20. So, or sorry, at level 2, it's so confusing to say. So, Armor of the Dead God can be enhanced from up to level 5, like +1, +2, +3, +4, and +5, and then that's the cap. When it's +2, it's equal to a C20 pen dim tree. And then +3, 4, and 5 are actually higher. And at +5, it has 9 more DP, about 16 more evasion, and 12 more DR than a pen dim tree that's Kaphris level 20. I have
So,
no...
I did hear something a little different than that, but yeah.
What'd you hear?
Well, I heard you could basically turn in a pen Blackstar armor, or turn in a pen dim tree at C20 in order to get the Dead God, or a Red Nose. So it's one of those 3 armors at C20. And you would get the Dead God armor, and then from there you would enhance it by doing, I think it was using a mass, 10 Kaphers, a hard and sharp to make the enhancement material in order to enhance it.
I was with you until you said Red Nose. Now I think it's just someone trying to make everyone buy their pen Red Nose.
Dude, I mean, you're probably right, because it says in the note under it. So it says new armor of the Dead God has been added, and Armor of the Dead God can be obtained by combining existing or new items, and there are a variety of ways to combine them. So it does sound like there's more than one option, though. I don't think you'll need just a pen dim tree. I think you do need something else, or just the pen Blackstar armor. It's going to be like a couple things.
Possibly.
You need pin Blackstar armor and pin Blackstar weapon. Easy.
Because it definitely says combining items. So there's
I need
different
to find
ways.
the thing that alluded to me thinking that there was someone posted something.
So you
just
said to
about
get the
the-
enhancement material to enhance it from +1 to +5 is literally just like getting it's just a lump and a sharp and a hard?
It was like 10 Kaphers plus a mass plus a hard and a sharp to make the single type of weird
Oh, shit.
concentrated.
Oh my god,
So it's like
dude.
it's like a fairly expensive kind of.
And it has a
Concentrated
0.0001% chance.
It's
to
I-
have 200
It's a
fail
pretty low
stats.
chance.
yeah, that's what I'm super curious about, is the chance to go +1, +2, +3, like all that shit.
And
'cause-
also, if you fail enhancement, it goes back down to base.
Oh, please.
yeah, I
don't.
wonder that too. Can it go backwards?
I'm sure it can. There's no way it wouldn't, dude. Are you kidding me?
Well,
You think they're gonna go back on their system now at this point after how many years?
well, there's in fairness, their system on armor is +5 is free, right? It doesn't go backwards.
Right, but now there is no beyond +5.
Yeah, dude. Sorry.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was like a guaranteed thing and it was just hella expensive to upgrade it. But if it
Or
is
just
like
hella
the-
expensive to get it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
if it is like you have a chance of failure, I am like 100% sure that it's gonna go backwards if you fail. Like, there's no way it wouldn't.
So, a Pen Blackstar weapon costs about 3,000 cronstones to protect the attempt. So I imagine like once you get it to armor the dead god, what is like +1 going to be like 3,500 plus that really expensive mat? Like I know a lot of people are saying like I feel in a bunch of different discords like, oh, someone will have it +5 in the first day, but if the chance is low like Pen is, like that's like saying someone would be able to make like 5 Pen Blackstars in the first day. Like there's no way. I don't see how it'd be possible. It seems so absurdly expensive.
But didn't someone have Pen Blackstar on the first day? It was
well,
released?
yeah, a Pen Blackstar. Like I don't doubt someone will get a Pen Blackstar armor the first day, but I doubt someone will get a +5 armor the dead god the first day.
Listen, let's talk about this because this is more important, right? Blackstar armor actually looks good.
It does. I mean, I actually haven't. I mean, just in those pictures that we saw, right? That's the only thing we have to go on.
Yeah. If it looks like that,
Wait, do you have some of the pictures of?
Yeah, is there
It
any way you
was
could
from
link
the
that?
ball. It was
Yeah,
from
it's
the
from
ball. They showed us the Blackstar armor, what it looks like on a character, and it actually looks good. I mean, I can Google it, but I don't have
Yeah,
it
Google
saved or anything.
We're looking at this, Crystal. In the meantime, let's talk about while you're trying to find that image. Yeah, because I agree. It does actually look cool. So if you don't buy a Pearl costume, you're still going to look pretty fucking cool.
This was the information I got. It was from the Musamewa Discord where they were getting this from someone else.
You can't trust that Discord.
Yeah.
There's Musas and Mewas in there, dude.
Here we go. I found it. There you go.
Oh, here's the
be it.
material set. Oh, you're right. Yeah. It's it looks like the Doombringer or whatever it was called that Warrior had, kinda.
A little bit, yeah. You know what it reminds me of, honestly? It reminds me of an armor set that you'd get in Monster Hunter.
The female one really surprises me. I'm surprised it's not a skirt with high heels.
I know, right? Like, wait, a female outfit, or I guess it's not an outfit, a female like thing you can wear that isn't a skirt and high heels? What
Yeah.
the?
Yeah.
Armor actually looks like armor instead of a bikini.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like, what the hell? But like that actually, like, it looks good. Like, holy shit.
Oh, you can enhance this item. Oh shit, dude! Try it's 19 AP. Oh, it is
19 AP and 100 HP.
It
It's
is
like
HP.
this. It's like the new Serups.
What is this now?
that
This is
blue
one of that blue necklace.
the blue neck.
Oh,
So
the
it's,
blue neck.
it's a quest
Okay.
neck. So at level 1 it's 10 AP, level 2 it's 13. It has a 70% chance to go pry. So it looks like it only goes pry. Oh, they're counting as +1, +2, and +3. Not even pry to a try.
Yeah.
So 70%,
Yeah, it looks like
35, 18. Okay. I guess that's kind of cool for a starter neck. Although if you're doing the Odyllita quest line, do you even have the need for this neck? Because
Yeah,
the
that's what
mobs
I
there are
was like,
super
nah.
hard.
I was like,
That-
what's the point?
What I
don't
just linked to you was the food, and the food says all damage reduction +5, special attack evasion +5%, and -5% damage to monsters. I don't-
Ooh, we about to go back
Or
to a
maybe
4
that's-
food rotation.
Or maybe that's -5% damage from monsters rather than
Yeah,
to
that's how it's
monsters.
usually worded. -5% damage from monsters. Yeah, the food's interesting. There's also an elixir that does that as
Yes,
well.
here's the elixir. It looks like courage almost.
That's a perfume. You linked me a perfume.
Or well, yeah.
You linked me a regular perfume of courage, dude.
Hold on. No, actually, that's not the regular perfume of courage. It's
Is
a
it
new
not?
one, and it persists through death.
Oh,
Oh,
That- is fucking awesome.
that's actually pretty cool.
One shot meta's coming back, boys.
Oh, and I think you can turn your dandies into
Blazing.
just
Yeah,
like-
that's the Garmoth's heart thing. But I don't see any
Yeah.
stats on here. It says, oh, it just shows the crit damage thing. all tribe damage add increase. Oh, that's enhancement. Okay, so crit
here's
attack
the
damage.
here's
add.
the elixir. Here's the
So it
elixir,
is
sorry.
crit then. According to the database, it is crit that you get. So Garmoth's Heart in your dandy gives you crit damage and the slot. Dude, that's fucking exciting, man. I don't know why I care about that, but I do care about that.
And the information on the elixir is new elixir stats seem to be 10% skill XP, negative 2% movement speed, 3% drop rate, and something I don't know, 20 DR, 500 HP, 10% special evasion, which is interesting on an elixir, 10% all resistance, plus 10 all life mastery, and something I don't know.
So I think these are 3 different elixirs.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think the
it
first-
looks like 3 different lines.
Yeah.
One seems
I
to be
don't
for
know.
like drop rate increase, which is pretty cool that they're actually adding an elixir for that.
A special evasion
one's for
elixir is going to be
defense.
like mandatory. In,
Dude, but
large
then we're gonna
scale
have
if
to
you
not
Garmoths.
Yeah, we're gonna have to not use drafts and do a fucking elixir rotation again. That's gonna suck.
Yeah. But if you have a Garmoth, like you basically have to run that. I mean,
A perfume that
stack-
persists through death is actually really cool.
yeah, stack
Yeah,
as much
that would be
special
pretty
evasion as
sweet.
possible.
These were the things you guys mentioned earlier. The
Yeah, the belt. I'm popping these all up on the recording so people can see.
the belt can go to 5 plus 5, which is
Yeah,
pen. So it's
pen.
probably just
Oh, okay. So
just
then,
not.
yeah, and so it's 3
24
AP. That's
accuracy.
what it is. So it's 3 AP per level, and it starts at 2. I think.
So that means it goes to 17 then.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It goes up 17 at pen, which, dude, honestly, I mean, it'll be super expensive, so it's unrealistic, but I would love to have that. Because it has 28 accuracy at pen on a belt, which is kind of a lot.
And then these are from Tet to Pen with the new demon or dead god. You can see the HP increases between the respective enhancements.
Yeah. I'm trying to find.
So it goes from 230 at Tet to 310 HP at Pen. The WP doesn't change. Nothing else changes besides the DP at that point. Goes up 8 DP.
So I have a video. This is Anders grinding at the 250 AP spot. Let me link it if you guys want to see it. Although I don't know why he's playing so zoomed in this video. It upsets me.
The jigsaw style, dude.
It's jigsaw style. Dude, the 250 AP spot looks dope though. I like it. It looks like they die really fast. Like even though they're dropping trash loot that's like history mobs, they seem like they're really easy to kill.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna pee.
The new
Alrighty.
perfume is broken. Chad was saying the new perfume is broken, gives a lot of special evasion. I mean, if you couple that with Garmoths and then the special evasion in chest piece, plus an additional 10% from the perfume, that's pretty fucking
Wait,
strong.
dude, let's hold the phone. Are they doing a perfume and an elixir that gives special evasion?
The elixir doesn't have special evasion, if I remember. Oh yeah, the elixir.
Yeah,
That's an
the
elixir.
the one that you linked. It says.
I don't know what the perfume says
20
though. The perfume looks.
Yeah, I don't know about the perfume, but this person that you screenshotted that you linked, it says 20 DR, 500 HP, 10% special evasion, and 10% all resist. Then, if there's another perfume that probably gives another 10%
Chad
special
is
evasion.
saying yes, but
Also, does Garmothing your dandelion give special evasion?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just critical hit damage increase.
Okay.
When you add the
but
Garmoth.
still, if you have a Garmoth, chest crystals, perfume, and elixir, holy shit,
Oh,
brother.
there's a perfume that does it too?
Apparently.
That's what Chat's telling me. Chat's telling me that there could be a translation issue, but it's looking like 20%. That would be
What?
insane. That would mean everyone would deal only normal damage, basically. He's trying to find the link for me though.
Dude, I like these
so
elites.
if you had Garmoth, 2 chest crystals, fucking elixir and perfume, like
You're looking at like
you may as well not
60%.
build. You may as well not build crit anymore.
well, you like right there. That just tells you just go pure evasion, and then any damage that actually gets through gets turned into normal attacks from special evasion. That just like makes evasion so strong. Why are they getting rid of 100% accuracy again?
These elites, well, it's a different issue. I have a feeling we're going to debate about that quite hard. But here's the thing. I want to point out, I'm watching this Anders video. The elites also look fucking cool here. Because there's like 3 different ones. One of the elites is a giant gargoyle with wings. Another one looks like, you know the Blood Wolves elite? That like dog on 4 legs? One of them looks like that, but like bigger. Like much bigger and less like metal, and it's not red. And then let's see, what was the third one? I think he's about to go to it.
He looks bigger than the one that's at 221. 215, 221. That's a pretty damn big. Like,
no, that's the one I think I just was looking at. Yeah. There's another one off in the distance, but he's not going to it, so it must be a different rotation. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It looks like is there just an elite in every pack or just one big mob? Is that an elite? There's like kind of a lot of them around. It's pretty cool. Blackstar armor, Blackstar weapon.
The new here's the other perfume. It says reduces all damage plus 20, maximum life 500, special evasion plus 10%, all resistance plus 10%.
That's insane.
So it's not 20, but it is 10 still, nonetheless.
Dude,
this is a different one.
Wait,
though.
now is it reduced? You said all damage by 20% or by 20?
That's definitely a mistranslation. That means damage.
No.
Right, damage reduction 20. Okay.
So here, let me. There's 2 new elixirs. Here's the translated. So flawless courage. Character killed during the effect does not disappear. For the courage one. It doesn't say that for the enchanting perfume.
One, right? Okay.
So basically, it's a normal perfume, but
the enchanting one is
yeah. And then now, basically, there's a no. I'm saying the flawless one is a normal perfume, except you don't lose it on death. And then the enchanting one is a defensive perfume. Is basically what's going on.
So it'd have to be an enchanting flawless. Or a perfume of flawless enchant. I don't know. Yeah, dude, this is... I like the persistent one, man. But the stats on that enchanting perfume are fucking huge.
That's pretty insane.
500 HP, 20 DR. Even if you're not a DR build, that's a lot of stats with the special attack evasion.
Yeah.
It's a massive damage reduction across the board.
Also, like, I don't mean to keep like beating a dead horse into submission or anything, but
yes, you do.
You're gonna get 50% special attack evasion if you have chest crystals, Garmoth, elixir, perfume. Holy shit!
That's pretty insane.
All they have to do is ignore special attack evasion crystals.
Could this be their way of trying to make DR viable?
Maybe, but
DR is inferior to invasion right now.
But it benefits both parties. So it's not like, I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the special attack evasion helps everyone. It's not really catered to one or the other.
Well, I'm just saying, like, evasion's considered obviously superior to DR because DR has the diminishing returns, right? But if your DR really helps you out versus normal attacks, like the special attacks and whatnot, I guess it really wouldn't change anything. It would still make evasion strong.
I can't tell because the map is not clear. I'm pretty sure these are all elites. Basically, every time he runs into a pack, there's an elite. So maybe the elites actually respawn with the pack.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, isn't that basically how trees are?
Did you wait? Do you see this one? Go to in that Anders video. Go to 408. Yeah, like right at 405, 408, and look in the background at that one standing up. That's the third one. Like a giant, like mudster looking thing with tree thorns.
Which time period?
At 408, he's killing a pack, but it's like in the background of the pack. You can see the silhouette of like a big ass one standing upright on two legs.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
But he hasn't fought that one. So there's that big one in the back, the gargoyle, this dog, and then these shorter kind of fat ones too. So it looks like there's 4 different elites.
It's a crazy looking area.
Yeah, the spot looks cool. I like it. Required AP 250 plus Kudum. Trash loot is white powder, which is 15k. Tower fragments, which is 6.5k, and claws, which is 6.5k. And confirmed drop, blackstone armor, blackstone weapon, high density, multiple rotations, general goods vendor NPC. Sorry about the sneezing in the background. General goods vendor NPC, blacksmith NPC, multiple rest areas. Multiple rest areas? Was there like a park bench you can lay down on? What does that even mean? Humanoid monsters can be easily CC'd, solo grind spot. What is multiple rest areas?
It's like a bed. You're gaining energy.
Probably hand cramping. Yeah, from all the APM you got to do to survive these mobs.
Yeah, sorry. The girlfriend's getting ready, and she just, blow dryer, vacuuming, sneezing. It's fine. I'm only recording.
It's that whole concept, where the guy is trying to like be really quiet when he's getting out of bed in the morning and whatnot, trying not to disturb her sleep. Whereas when the woman gets up, she just like everything's noise.
Yeah, I want to turn around and be like, "Mom," but the problem is like I chose to be with her, so it's my fault, dude. It was my big mistake. Okay, so I want to talk real quick about this Garmoth's Heart thing. Do you guys like this idea of putting the Garmoth's Heart in the weapon?
It's going to give us more power. And with all the new defensive mechanics they seem to be adding, it's probably needed.
I want you to look, because now that people know that that's happening, look at the orders on Garmoth's Hearts.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
So there's 12 orders up on the base heart, and 7 orders up on the inverted. And I have a feeling there's going to be a shitload of people at Garmoth tomorrow.
Yeah,
right.
Dude, I'm excited because it's like I'm at this weird place where every upgrade is absurd. I mean, it already has been absurd, but now it's like, I mean, I either have to go for like a pen ogre or just keep Caphrising forever. So I'm like, so this Garmoth's Heart, I'm like, hey, that's an upgrade that I can actually get.
Well, I mean, still not cheap at all.
No, it's not cheap, but it's cheaper than 60 bill.
That's fair.
So I'll take it. Yeah, the Garmoth's Heart thing is cool. I like that idea. Now we need one for the main hand, and we good, dude. What about the Black Star armor? You guys have any last thoughts on the Black Star armor?
I mean, we knew it was coming because they announced it, so it's just a matter of like truly understanding what the requirements are to obtain it and how much stronger it is. Obviously, it's going to be ridiculously stronger than just typical pen gear. So, yeah, I guess just like for me, it's like one of those things. Like I'm such a casual player, and I don't like to PvE grind all that much. So it's like, to me, I'm just gonna start feeling more and more irrelevant.
Well, I think
unless it's easy to obtain these newer upgrades, which it won't be. Let's be real.
I think the thing with the Black Star armor is that it's going to be so hard to obtain. You're probably not going to be running into people with it, and people with Tet Black Star armor, it's no different than like a Pendim tree. So actually, a Pendim tree probably is going to be better for the most part because it's really easy to get to C3 or C4, and the Tet Black Star is kind of stuck at C2 or whatever. So
yeah.
In that case, I don't. And then like the people, if someone gets an armor of the dead god, then they deserve to be a fucking god, dude. I mean, at that point, it's just like, all right, dude, fine. You're stronger. You did it. I actually like that. It seems like it's super difficult to get, and that at Tet and Pen, it's really like a Pen Blackstar armor is only a C9 dim tree. That's not that crazy.
True.
I
That's
mean,
true.
that is strong, but that's what people have that already right now,
Yeah.
So that part's
I don't
kind
know.
of cool.
My opinion on this thing is just weird. Like, I want my cake and eat it too, kind of thing. I think players that put in a lot more effort should be rewarded, and they should feel like they have more power than others that don't. But at the same time, I want to be able to kill everyone. So,
Well, I am hoping with like a lot of this new stuff, as they keep adding more powerful stuff and like kind of just more carrots at the end of the stick that you have to go after. I hope
yeah,
that they don't forget to make the beginning stuff easier, like continue to make it easier for newer players catching up, because like I don't know.
yeah. If you just leave the gap there, then the players that are already at the top remain at the top.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
no one else can no one else can keep up.
Getting boss gear and getting enhancement mats to get boss gear upgrade and stuff, I hope is easy enough. Like, I hope over time it's actually easier to get like Try and Tet boss gear, and then after that the race begins. Because like if it takes someone months and months just to get to Tet armor, they're so far behind still.
Fucking Biggles is like just barter, easy money.
Yeah, they changed bartering. I guess we could touch on that for a split second. They, well, not changed it, but they added a way to exchange those sea coins for Kaffir stones or other enhancement mats. I think it's memory fragments or cron stones. So that's kind of cool. You can exchange 825 sea coins for 15 cron stones. Or sorry, 15 memory fragments, 15 Kaffir stones, or exchange 675 for 15 cron stones. So
That's interesting.
they also added 2 new adventure journals. One called Adventure Journal Past Prophecy, and another one called Adventure Journal Odyllita. Or no, Kaffir's Adventure Journal Odyllita, or something like that. What was this one called? Let me actually say the right name. Where is this shit? A record of Kaffir's containing the biography of the immortal alchemist Kaffir was discovered. So yeah, it's a journal. Odyllita Kaffir's journal. We got to get a bunch of free Kaffir stones, boys.
Hell yeah.
And all those super rich people are going to waste them on their Blackstar armor trying to upgrade it. Well, I'm just going to throw mine into all this noob shit that I still use.
Pretty much. It's about how I feel.
Yep.
Chad apparently is saying apparently it was confirmed that PS4 and Xbox BDO is merging servers soon.
Yeah, we got that later.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mentioned that.
We got an order to these things. Calm down.
Order to these things, dude. That's on there. Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else with the Odyllita stuff. The region's cool. It's huge. There's a lot of new shit, bunch of nodes. There's life skill stuff, new foods, new cooking, new fishing, new fish, new elixirs. You have a high chance to obtain a higher rank of cooking and drink while cooking and drink. There are no known recipes in Odyllita, so the extract ingredients and effects are not known. How is that in the patch notes?
Weird.
The hell? That's what like someone trying to figure out what the patch notes say would say, not the actual patch notes. The fuck?
They want to keep the mystery in there for you, Frosty.
There's obviously a new quest line. Looks like there's 87 quests associated with the Odyllita quest line, and it says required level 60. Or recommended level 60, I guess. Yeah, it looks cool. I'm excited for it. It also has some boat stuff too. I think there's a new dock there. I think you're able to actually go. I think there's a new port. There's a small island just below Odyllita that you can walk across like a pier to get to. Take a boat. So there's some oceans-ish stuff. New gathering plants and rocks and stones. A lot of shit, dude. I like this permanent perfume idea.
You like that elixir or that perfume, huh?
Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah.
You know what I'm surprised they have yet to do is give Kama as a node or no war and siege scene, and same with Dragon and the new regions. I'm surprised they haven't.
See, this is my thing with oh no. This is my thing with the nodes is like, and now Kama, for whatever reason, they said Kama wouldn't be a war zone because of some lore bullshit that it's supposed to be a land of peace. Fine, but Dregan and this Odyllita, like, I think they should add a bunch of nodes for node wars and then do kind of the thing we were talking about, Rez, where you have like a seasonal thing. So, like for month 1. Like January, all of January, you're node warring in Odyllita and Dregan. Like that's where all the node war nodes are. And then month 2, it's Dregan and Medaya. And then month 3, it's Valencia and Calpheon. You know what I mean? Like that would be so sick. Because just changing it up makes all of it feel way more fresh.
Yeah, and makes people have to learn the new regions, because if they want to take the bonuses and actually benefit from them, they want to ideally grind in the zones that they have captured.
All right, so before we get into class stuff in general, let's talk about this accuracy shit. So this mostly directly affects Nayashe.
What?
of the three of us, I would say. So I want to hear from your point of view. So what is the change they're doing, and how does it affect you, or what are your thoughts on it?
Don't do it. My thoughts.
Well, what is the change? Let's start there.
The changes, they plan on quote-unquote removing the 100% skills and just turning them into different values than just 100%. So not the skills themselves, but the modifier for 100% accuracy.
Right. So skills like Blooming with 100% accuracy in Succession, or Sticky Snowflake in Awakening, or Hard Aiming on Kuno and Ninja, like these skills would no longer have 100% hit rate or 100% accuracy.
Yeah, they would have a modified accuracy rate so that they wouldn't be 100%. And their reasoning was they felt that it wasn't fair to players that built Evasion to get, in some cases, easily killed by these particular skills.
Yeah, they said, here's their words. In particular, the 100% hit rate technology can easily neutralize high-level equipment, even with relatively low-level equipment. I like the ending, too. The skill hit ratio adjustments will make the Black Desert battles more colorful and more fun, and we will guide you in more detail when it is officially applied. So it's not actually on
thinking he's going to be having fun with this.
The old Husork, dude, about to have a blast with this.
Oh my god.
I mean, so what are your thoughts on it? Is this a bad thing or good thing or indifferent? What are your feelings and why?
It's good and bad. I mean, like, yeah, some of the skills hit extremely hard, and it promotes certain kinds of combo playstyles. I'll give you an example with Awakened Maewa. Awakened Maewa, right now, there's many other issues that lead to this problem, but the combos pretty much primarily revolve around Cloud Stab and Sticky Snowflake, and then just spamming Sticky Snowflake in between Cloud Stab, either before or after or both, in order to get a kill on an opponent. Mm-hmm. This is because of the 100% accuracy rate, like we mentioned previously, and its damage is actually pretty good. But it promotes a very weird and awkward combo play style that's just using the same skills because they're so reliable in terms of their damage. And it really kind of not really forces players, but encourages players to go and build their weapons, their accessories towards AP meta. because why would I bother with accuracy if I have a 100% accuracy skill that's going to literally one-shot someone if I just throw more AP on it? So in that sense, I agree with the change. I think it's a good idea to do it. But the reason why this is like it's necessary to use those skills in the first place is because evasion is just so strong. So in that regard, I don't like it because of how strong evasion really is. So I don't know. Like my opinion is overall negative on the change that they want to do, but this also depends on what they do to compensate for that. Are they going to buff other skills across the board, kind of like what they're doing with some of the classes already? And like maybe the accuracy modifiers they give. And honestly, I don't think the accuracy accessories are even really all that good. Like you lose a lot of AP to gain the accuracy needed in order to be efficient. And even then, the most accuracy you can get, unless you throw an accuracy offhand on, is like 450. Is like going pen RCEs and really getting deep into the accuracy bonuses without sacrificing too much AP. You're still in like the 280 range, 289 at most. But then instead you could be 300 and maybe even more if you just go full AP. So I don't know. Like I think it's a two-part problem. The evasion's too strong, and the accuracy accessories just aren't good enough. So
Right.
I think
Sorry.
I think they're trying to address that by adding the other accessories like the belt, but like the accuracy bonus on it seems really low.
Well,
But yeah, that's my thoughts.
I mean, I mean, it depends how you look at it, because I don't know, like the amount of accuracy versus the amount of evasion, right? It's like, I forgot what the ratio. It's like 1 to 1.9 or something, right? Like so if you have like 800 evasion or 750 evasion, you need like 415 accuracy or something or there's like some ratio where it like becomes like 100% hit rate. I don't know what it is. I don't pretend to know, but it's not as high. Like you don't need 800 accuracy to hit someone with 800 evasion is my point. So
yeah, but like 450 is like, that's really trying. And,
yeah, 450 is really trying.
That feels like you don't do anything with your normal abilities in comparison.
But 450, are we counting food and everything, or food and crystals, and where are you talking? 450
probably
sheet?
Not with food. Let me. That's sheet including the hidden from the gear. So I don't know if that necessarily includes. Let me show you an example build. Because I was having this very same discussion with another player recently. So this is like a Mewa build that's 289 AP that incorporates pen RCEs, and you end up. This is also going evasion themselves, like hybrid evasion with Begs. So, and they end up with a total value that's including hidden accuracy of 452. Now, yeah, I don't think this includes Alchemy Stone and doesn't include food or Villa, which I don't think Villa adds accuracy. But, and then of course, Elixir. I don't think there's a perfume that really gives accuracy because you want to go courage anyways, typically. So, I mean, yeah, there's some things that aren't included on there. So you could push it, let's say, arguably 480 at most.
Mm-hmm.
It's including.
And you were saying
food,
this
elixir.
build doesn't do any damage to evasion?
No, it's not that it doesn't do damage. It's not going to do enough to someone that's actually significantly.
I mean, is there a test that shows that?
I would have to get you an actual example to show, but
because like, well, I mean, this guy is like, he's Kaffir's level 7 in his offhand, which is so high.
Not realistic.
But that you only need, it doesn't actually affect accuracy. The only accuracy you get is from level 1 all the way to 7. So you don't need, he's just added Awakening AP.
Well, yeah, I think he was going for
Alright.
actual AP to kind of boost the numbers.
Yeah, because I don't know, like in this case, I mean, it also doesn't factor in like skill add-ons that can add accuracy or skills or accuracy modifiers. Like there's a lot of things. So like 450 is still a lot of accuracy.
It is, but it's like when you compare it to like 700 evasion,
But
if I do a
700
full
evasion is
combo-
like people with normal AP builds. Just I'm 730, and you are nowhere near this accuracy level, and you destroy me.
well, mostly because of blooming.
Well, but everyone destroys me. Like ninjas only have hard aiming. Most of them don't even use it. They still kill me. Like I don't think 700 or evasion is that high. I think it's like the issue is like when it's like 800 plus. But I would be shocked if this doesn't do damage to people with 800 accuracy or 800 evasion. I don't know. I guess I'd need to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's my thing. Is like they have been adding. So they haven't, as far as I know, like maybe my memory is a little bit off, but in the last like 6 or 7 months, they haven't added anything to the game really to buff evasion itself, right? They've been actually nerfing it over time with things like Voltaic Pulse getting evasion debuff, Aqua Gel getting an evasion debuff. There's pretty good evasion debuffs on the Guardian now as well. Some Succession kits had 100% accuracy skills, which are going to be removed, but some Succession kits also just have slightly higher accuracy on usable skills that pre-awaken kits didn't have, because pre-awaken actually is relatively low accuracy compared to awakening. And then they slowly started adding this other stuff like distortion earrings, which basically everyone goes, and distortion earrings have more accuracy. The new Elcar crystals now, so we get more accuracy from that as well. The Deboreka neck, which we don't have yet in game, which unlike distortion earring actually has no negative to it. Like it doesn't, you don't get any minus DP by wearing it. That also has more accuracy than an ogre ring at the same exact enhancement level. They added the new fake RCE thing that's yellow, which that one I'm a little bit torn on because I feel like it needs one more AP, like literally one more base AP. Because at pen it's 14, which is 2 AP more than an RCE, but it's going to be so hard and so expensive to get that thing to pen that I don't know if it's really realistic. And then this new belt, which is basically equal to like a Tet Bassi or Tet Volterra belt at pen that has 18 more accuracy. Or if you compare it to a pen item, you lose 3 AP, but you gain 16 accuracy. So there's like a kind of give and take. But the other thing too is like once you get to a certain AP point, like people switch over to Kudum, which then also has more accuracy. And you can put Kaffir Stones in your Dandy, which gives you accuracy. Just at level 2 gives you 3 accuracy, and then every other level after that gives you an additional accuracy. And then you can put Kaffir's level in your offhand for an additional 4, and now with the Odyllita release, there's going to be another 3 accuracy you can get from the Awakening Crystal. So I just feel like over time...
I mean, yes, I agree. They are adding a lot to kind of help out with that, but is it not fair to say that, generally speaking, most of the ways that people are killing you, as if you're an evasion player, most of the ways that people are killing you is in a combo by using their 100% accuracy skill? Is that not fair to say that you should die if you're caught in a CC? Like, the whole point of how I view how evasion should function is an anti-chip mechanic to allow you to stay in large scale a lot more, not just a unkillable kind of mentality. Because for example, there's a Black Rose ninja, and this chat was actually saying this.
Jeps. I know who you're talking about. Jeps.
I don't know if that's his family name. Zenaric. I fought him many times. If I don't use blooming, he will literally HP pot through my normal damage.
Right.
And I'm at 360 something, 380. I could probably push it to 380 accuracy with my current build, which isn't too far off from 450. I mean, yeah, it is a little bit off for sure. But I'm just saying, if I even if I got 10 RCEs, I don't feel that I would be able to
sure,
do
but like
enough
so
damage.
in that if it's a guy thing, I don't know his character. His character name is Jeps. I'm pretty sure it's Jeps that you're referring to, but maybe not. But
Well, yeah, Jebs as well. So
so
I don't think Zanaric is the same as Jebs though. I think their
okay,
name's
it's a different
different.
person. So like
Yeah.
Jeps, like
I know
when I watch
Jebs,
him
though,
fight, because
too.
I see a lot of people fight him. He's a ninja, and he's like super fucking tanky. And when people fight him, it's like, what the hell? Like there's this girl in our guild that's like 293 AP. When her ninja like full combos him, it brings him to like 40% or whatever. But the thing is like he's using the evasion offhand, right? The Tad Shuriken. So in that case, he's sacrificing whatever the 18, 19, 20 AP. So against me, he doesn't. Against other people with DP, he doesn't kill them in one combo. If you're really low DP, he'll kill you. But then, like, if you just if you make the same sacrifice on AP because he doesn't have a lot of DR, and you just put on an accuracy offhand, would you not just shred him?
No, I mean, so he's
have you
370
tested it, though?
DP. He's 370 DP with his offhand, but he still has like 280 something AP with it. Like, it's just really, really fucking strong.
I mean, but
and
at
that's just a
that
difference in
point,
gear.
yeah, at that point, he's just so much more geared than you.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I mean, I get the.
This is why it's like one of those things. Like I said, like it's a have your cake and eat it too kind of thing. Like I think they should be able to survive for the amount of effort and time they put in to get their gear to where it is.
Yeah, like it's a philosophy
just like
thing.
The fact that it's so strong.
If you catch someone in a tournament setting on a trial character, yeah, they should probably die in one combo. But like open world where you're like the whole game is about gear progression, you're trying to become stronger. That I don't know if it should be that way. So that's kind of where it's more of a like philosophy thing. Because yeah, on one hand, I agree. Like if I catch someone, I want to be able to kill them in one combo. But if they spent 7 months getting their DP up and focus purely on DP during that time, then I don't know, they should be rewarded for doing that in some way by being more tanky.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it's just that acceptance struggle. That's all. Like I know it myself. It's just.
I mean, I don't know. Like evasion,
my casual Pepega self just wants to be able to kill everybody. You know, just
evasion has. I don't even know if it's like maybe a little bit of evasion on like I know I was arguing with someone before who yesterday in the Value Pack Discord about evasion modifiers on like assassin classes. And you know, maybe in like Succession it's a little bit too high because Succession Ninja gets 5% additional evasion. Against melee classes. Like maybe it's too high, maybe it needs to be rebalanced a little bit. But I don't know. I don't feel the same way as everyone else about evasion being too strong, mostly because I see the direction that it's going where like in order to be tanky, you no longer can have like it used to be like if you were 650 or 700 evasion, no one was killing you. And now people are getting so much accuracy with their builds and the new crystals and all the new shit coming out, and people are running distortions, and also just having higher level accessories gives you slightly more accuracy and so on and so forth. I feel like they're slowly making it where evasion, you have to just be like, oh, okay, this person's actually just way more geared versus they win evasion, now they win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because 370 DP, man, like I spent billions of silver and months switching from DR to evasion, and I'm still only 350. And like every Caphras level for me now is like 4 billion silver for 1 DP.
Yeah.
So 370 DP is like nuts. Like that dude is geared as fuck. That dude deserves to live, man.
Especially if he maintains his AP at the level it is, of course.
Yeah. What was chat? I like that. I think of chat. You should call him, or call chat Chad. Yeah, dude. That's how I can picture you saying Chad. Like, what is Chad saying back there? Silent Chad. He's our producer, dude.
Silent Chad.
He's on the board.
Just whispering in Nayashe's ear.
Yeah.
Well, Chad can have this as their image. Where is it at?
Dude, I had a speaking of in their ear. Yeah, the Chad ogre.
This is Chat. Chat is now called Chad, and this is their avatar. This is what they are. Look at the Chad ogre. But no, what Chad, Silent Chad, was saying is the only PvP that truly matters is what you do in chat. So
True. And on Reddit, I'm with him.
and on Reddit, yeah.
Fuck. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I think like over time, and I don't think they're done doing what they're doing. And the other thing with the 100% accuracy skills, first of all, not every class had them. There's a lot of classes that didn't have it. And on top of that, I don't think I have a feeling. This is just a gut feeling, but I have a feeling the 100% accuracy skills are still probably going to be higher accuracy modifier than most other
Correct.
skills. Would be
That's
my
why
guess.
I said I want to wait to see what they actually do with them. If they change them all to like 50% accuracy, it probably won't be super devastating for some builds. Like, so people at my DP and similar gear, like 330, I can kill them without needing blooming. That's not a problem. So those people won't be a problem at all. It's just the people at like the 370 range.
Right.
I mean, are we effectively saying I'm not allowed to kill them, kind of thing? You like so
not
that
not
would be
in
my
your
own
first
thing.
attempt, correct?
Yeah, but then it's usually, generally speaking, it's hard to CC someone multiple times unless you like vastly are superior in skill. So
Yeah.
So just be better, easy.
But then in that case, then you have to talk about, I don't know, like almost like, okay, if the game, let's just say the game, like devs agree with you, right? Like, you know what, like if you catch someone, you should be able to kill them in one combo. Then if I'm that guy, then I'm submitting a ticket like, dude, I want my 40 billion silver back, and I want compensation for the amount of time I put into this. Because this is the whole reason I was building, is so I don't die in one combo to someone with low gear or lesser gear. Not that your gear is low, but
well, then I would argue you don't die to someone in very easily as long as you don't get caught in a CC.
well, then what's the point of the gear is my question.
Large scale. That's what I was saying. Like
Well,
avoiding a lot
then
more chip damage
isn't-
and whatnot would be more beneficial to you.
Then isn't that what like Arena of Arsha and BA and trial characters are for?
No, that's for testing and training.
But no one's testing in these tournaments. They're playing like competitive tournaments on those characters.
I mean, I never liked trial characters for tournaments anyways. I don't think that's a true representation. Like, for example, the same thing is you don't get to build specifically as you want. Your stamina and everything that you set up is not the same. You don't have the precision gems in your weapon, which I know that they plan to address. Like, there's so much about the trial characters that I don't like. Mm-hmm. I do not like doing the trial characters at all. Like, for my class, it's super stamina heavy, especially in Succession. Like, I build for stamina right now, and I can't do that in trial characters. I'm at a set limit. I can't use any buffs in Arena of Arsha. I can't even use the Alchemy Stone that they recently added. Yeah. You know, just to kind of help out with some of the other issues too.
No,
like
I agree.
I don't know. I there's so much involved with it. It's just because of, you know, their.
I still have
piss poor implementations of things. Honestly, is really what it is. But
because in a world where no matter what your DP is, you die in one combo. I mean, that's basically equalized gear. You just go for AP and nothing else, because there's no point in going for anything else.
Whenever I hear someone say that, in a world, it's just like, it sounds like a trailer.
I don't know. This feels like a weird, like, I mean, I don't think they're going to change the base philosophy of their game. So, like, I like the idea of them adding more accuracy. Like, all right, so distortion earrings, you don't lose AP for adding accuracy with distortion earrings over like Tungrads or Narcs.
Yeah,
you gain AP, and then the same with like Deboreka Neck. Once we eventually get that, for whatever reason, it has more accuracy than Ogre Ring and more AP. I don't know. I just, as long as it feels like they're aware that evasion is too strong, and they're adding some stuff to kind of mitigate it a little bit. And then if it's going to be like an extreme, like someone's using an evasion offhand and they're going like full meme evasion,
They shouldn't be able to arguably kill someone that has relatively same gear score.
Maybe, but I'm pretty sure if you, I've tested it myself with even just Tet, but if you go Pen especially and put Kafris level into it, like you get an additional 100 accuracy and they just melt. Like their evasion is like negated so hard.
I mean, I remember back in the day when actually accuracy builds were a thing and they really mattered versus evasion. So if it goes back to that, I'm okay with that. If it's like one of those things where I have to have multiple offhands on hand just to, deal with any potential build that I might run into, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. I just don't like when someone can go 700, 800 evasion deep and I can't do diddly squat to them damage-wise, even if I were to throw on accuracy offhand, which sometimes right now is how it feels. Like, because the thing is, I won't have enough AP to break through their DR when I actually can connect hits on them. Unless I have a 100% accuracy skill, of course. So it's just like, I don't know.
Right.
There's a lot involved with it. It's not just like a simple answer. Like, if it's one of those things where I have to carry around an accuracy offhand, so be it. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, maybe we need a yellow accuracy offhand.
That actually wouldn't be the worst.
Reslar, what are your thoughts on the whole accuracy stuff? The 100% accuracy skills getting changed?
I don't know. I don't really care that much, honestly.
Deep and well thought out.
I don't know, dude. Like, as long as like it's relatively, like I explained in the Discord, like after you guys were all arguing or whatever. It's like at the end of the day, as long as like the modifiers equal out to a roughly similar number for all the classes on like their damage abilities, I really don't think it matters that much. So like if a class has 100% accuracy modifier, then their other skills shouldn't have any, maybe, or like really low ones. Whereas if a class, like if they're taking away the 100% accuracy modifiers, they should fucking give those classes more accuracy on some of their other skills, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Like, just as long as it's all equal, I think it's fine. Whether they have 100%
that's why
is irrelevant.
That's why I said I'm waiting to see what they actually do. Like, I don't want to complain yet until I have something to actually complain about.
And like Zerker, aside from like grapples, I think are the only 100% accuracy that we have. So, and that's like whatever. So it's not like I'm super invested in it, but at the same time, I do see why people are annoyed that they're losing it. But I don't know. As long as it ends up being like relatively equal at the end of the day, I really don't think it matters all that much.
I'm actually curious on a couple things. One, what they're going to change it to when they do it, and two, are they going to remove the 100% accuracy on grabs? Probably as well.
Well, right? I would think yes, but that has no bearing on the CC itself. That just has the damage.
No, yeah.
Remember,
but the damage on some of those, like there are some Zerker skills that when they grab me, it actually just does a lot of damage. The grab itself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think they honestly should be affected too, and I think that would be fair. Like, I don't know. It's like.
So what?
It's weird.
Let's say if they go through, I don't know. Let's just say they moved blooming to like it has 45% accuracy on it instead of 100, and then they go through a bunch of now. Who knows what they're going to end up actually doing? Right? I have no clue. I'm just shooting from the hip. I'm trying to think of a way where
spitball.
They're not going to feel like they're completely fucked now. So if it was like they bring it down to 45, so it's still like a high accuracy skill overall, but then like the rest of your damaging abilities are given like 2 or 3% additional accuracy on their modifiers, like basically across the board.
If they do like, like maybe more like 5% across the board, I think that would be better. But yeah, I think that would be fair, and I would be kind of okay with it then. Like, that's the thing. Like, If they balance it out, I'm okay with it. If they just outright take it away and don't really give us anything to supplement, then that's kind of like that's pretty BA.
It's pretty BM, dude.
But Silent Chad coming in here with some comments, but basically saying PA probably thinks that the one-shot meta is an idea. Well, that's actually the opposite of what PA actually stated. They actually stated that they find that players have more fun in a one-shot meta. That was actually an unofficial response too.
Yeah, although what they're doing is showing literally the opposite. I mean, even with the elixirs
Correct,
and stuff.
they are.
And most of the player base, it's so funny. Like, Rez, do you remember, or both of you probably, do you remember back, I want to say it was before the Renown system actually came out. Do you remember there was that one patch for like a week? It only lasted like a week where they just increased everyone's DP by 10% in PvP.
Yep.
And then everyone was pissed. But the funny thing is, like, before that week, everyone was complaining, like, dude, everyone dies so fast, like this one shot. And then they added the DP and like, dude, I can't kill anybody. This sucks. And then they remove it. And then people are happy for a second. And then they're like, dude, this one shot meta sucks. And then they give people a renown score and they're like, dude, I can't kill anybody. And then they remove renown score and they're like, dude, they should just add renown score. This one shot meta sucks.
Well, hold on. Renown score was specifically bad though because it gave players defensives for building straight AP.
For building
which
AP.
made no sense.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it
agree.
It ruined build diversity for sure.
But it also made, once you had really high AP and you went to DP, you were like an invincible god. Like, renown score had its own problems for sure. But it's just funny, like, the community, each individual person in the community can't even decide for themselves if they prefer the one-shot meta or if they want people to be more tanky.
Also, the other thing that you have to consider is, like, it's not always going to be the same people. Like, so for instance,
Right.
I'm one of the people that's like, it's ironic because I'm Zerker, but I really am not a huge fan of, like, one-shot meta. Like, I prefer more long, drawn-out fights, personally, like there was back in the day. So I was pretty happy with that defensive change, and then they changed it back, and I went back to saying, well, I don't like one-shot. So my position never changed. Like, my position never changed. It didn't change the fact that PA was still getting read at, but now people on the opposite side. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you're never going to make everyone happy. So it's like, which one are you going to fight? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the thing, because I mean, I'm kind of the same way. Like,
can this kind of lead into the 5k HP change to Siege though? Like,
oh yeah, that's another thing that we talked about last week in the missing footage.
Yeah, you guys.
I mean, here, real quick, as far as the one shot, here's my thing on it. Is like, because I don't like the one shot meta. I don't mind someone so much killing me in a full combo.
Yes.
However, I don't feel like just because you hit 269, you should be able to kill everyone in a full combo. If someone spent, like, 269 is not hard to get. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just not hard to get anymore. Like, the way the game works comparatively, like, the amount of time it takes to get DP is nuts in this game. So, like,
I agree.
Now, but the thing is too that I feel like evasion stuff is exaggerated a lot, because some of these people that are high evasion are using evasion offhands, and they actually have like 800 plus evasion. Because I'm 730, and I don't run into anyone that can't kill me if they're like 281 or 285 and higher. It's usually people that are like 270 or lower that are like, oh fuck, dude, you're tanky, you know? So I feel like a little bit like, I don't know, maybe just the number changed, but everyone says 700 to 750, but I just feel like that's not the number that's like crazy anymore. It's like 800 or 850 or above.
You have 700 and what?
I have like 741 evasion with my build, and I'm C9 on one piece, C6 on two, C13 on my heave, and I use Pen Kudum. So I'm 350 DP.
Okay.
And
well, I mean,
Like, I don't know. We node ward against Clash the other day in a 1v1, and like every single person that CC'd me, not only did they kill me like in one combo, but most of them didn't even have to reflow me. I just died instantly.
this evasion apologist.
Yeah, but Clash
Well-
is also the best siege guild. So,
I mean, I feel the same way with DR too. Like what's his name? Like Choice is super tanky, but I don't care. Like the dude puts so much silver into his gear. Like,
All right. Are you actually in regular retail or are you in Global Labs?
Who?
You.
I don't have Global Labs downloaded because I'm lazy, and they fuck with my hotkeys for some reason.
fair.
This sounds weird, but Global Labs, I actually can't get Global Labs to let me use WASD to walk. I have to use my arrow keys. I've tried rebinding so many times, but it literally won't let me walk in Global Labs.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I have some weird ass fucking bug, dude, that makes
That's
me
weird.
not play Global Labs because I can't walk.
Just
So-
evasion, man. That's all you got to do.
Just gotta evasion
just
it.
evade, dude.
Well-
just evade.
Can you? Can we test? I want to see how much my damage with Succession will do to you
Yeah.
if I don't use blooming. If I just do a normal combo,
What
just out of
What
curiosity.
channel are you on?
Let's pick Valencia 3.
And,
Sure.
and what is your AP?
279, 280 with 360 something accuracy. Let me double check.
Dude, Chad is straight calling you out right now, Frosty. They're like, this dude's a fucking retard.
That's fine, dude. That's how Maywas think, dude.
They still told me was think. Yikes. You know what's funny? Most of my chat, I think at this point, is not Mewa. They've all re-rolled.
Monka, dude.
I don't think I'm retarded, dude. All right, wait. What channel are you on?
Valencia 3. Let me double check before you do.
I mean, dude, the thing is to
Valencia 3. Yes.
I'm a historian of the game. All right, that's what I'm gonna call myself that. I have been playing this game and reading this game, and investing so much time into like figuring, like I only roll with 285 AP. Like I don't have like 301 AP and some crazy accuracy build. Like I have Elcar crystals. I wear Kudum. So like 285 is generally what most people are at. And I'm just not running into the same problems on Mystic, Lahn, Succ, Ninja, Kuno as everyone else. So I don't know. Maybe I'm RNG carried.
I'd say you're in.
You're for sure Valencia 3?
Yes.
Okay. This guy's retarded. Chad is mean, dude.
Chad is
dude.
toxic today.
Chad is not cool, dude.
Where is?
The other thing too
Alright.
that's kind of interesting is if you think about in Node War and Siege, it's a little different because you always have Giant Strap up, which is a huge boost in damage. Versus like open world where I generally am not fighting with the Giant Strap if I'm PvPing a lot. I don't like to pop a Giant Strap. Where are you at?
How does the guild accuracy buff count? It says plus 5% evasion, but what is it 5% off of?
I don't know.
I don't think it's gear. I think it's off
'Cause
of the
accuracy is the same. It says plus 5% now, which both of them used to not.
So if I don't include the guild buff, which is plus 5%, it's 383 accuracy with alchemy stone on. Actually, that doesn't include. Hold on, I actually have over 400 right now.
So you're not counting. What's your sheet say though? That makes it easier. What's your sheet, and then we could just assume.
Well, no, you can't go by that because my sheet has 317. Then I have 40 from Vipers. I have
Right. But you can go by the
Precisions.
sheet, and then just assume you have a bunch of extra accuracy from all your other shit.
Yeah, but I have almost a literal 100 extra accuracy from all my gems and my alchemy stone, my food buff, and then whatever the guild buff gives.
Right, but isn't it fair? What you're wearing an RCE, you said? Or no?
No, I have
So-
Posha and a Tet.
Okay, so you have a fairly. I'm in the far north side. You have a fairly standard like
a
crystal
very
and gear
typical
setup,
build.
right? So like, yeah,
Correct.
everyone has about the same accuracy you have, generally.
Yes. So you have 730. You said evasion.
I have. If I add it all up, I'm pretty sure it's like 731 or 732. I'm a little bit lazy to do it, but it's about
We'll just say 730 flat.
Yeah, it's about 730, and I'm 350 DP, and I am evasion build, so it's Pen Lieber that are C9. I have Pen Dimtree that's C6, Pen Heave Helm that's C13, and Pen Muskins that's C6.
The 8% suck buff too. So I have a accuracy bonus that gives 8% accuracy on succession.
Must be nice.
So I don't need it.
I have a
But-
evasion rate 5% on Suck buff.
So 8% from my passives plus whatever guild buffs give, which is another 5%. So that's 13% additional accuracy on top of the 400 accuracy I have from just my gear and my food buff. Where you at?
I'm in the far north side. You said Valencia 3, right?
Oh, there you are. Okay. So I'm gonna try to use a combo that I use on typically anybody. Let's just get a rough idea of how much damage it does.
Okay.
So say I catch you like that.
Do you want me to
and
pot
then
during this?
flail.
I assume
Well, yeah,
want me
you
to
want to pot.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because we got to simulate an actual fight
Okay.
without you actually
Let me
fighting.
heal off of you real quick.
I don't want to get Papega'd on my own stream, man. I gotta clip out all that shit, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can almost kill you without actually incorporating blooming. So that damage is actually pretty fine, and you have 730.
730. Let me pop my evasion buff from the class buff from the evasion like back up and then go again. And you're just using food, Alkstone, and Villa, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Can you pop
Right after I land in front of you, it only lasts 10 seconds. So 46
I
hit
wasn't trying
points
to
left.
actually finish there. I was just doing that first part without doing blooming.
So your AP, like if you compare it to the value of like the amount of money I spent, your AP is not comparable to my DP, and you still can bring me to 40 HP. I think that's fair to say. I mean,
Zero's like you took off your levers.
I should do it here. Wait, do the test again. I took my levers off.
You also lose a lot of DR and bracket and whatnot there. So what's your actual sheet DP?
350.
350. That's 350.
That's 350.
So here, let me try. Let me try. Here's a stronger combo. This will actually probably kill you. No. I mean, if I didn't slow down, I probably would have killed you with that. But I actually expected myself to do a lot more damage at the beginning.
What is your DP?
310.
I hope this is entertaining for the listeners who can't see what's going on here. But basically,
Yeah, I know. Right? I was about to say
basically,
something.
just to give like a play-by-play, Nayashe is he's basically destroying me with super low gear.
Super low gear, he says.
I mean, you
only took my Papega ass 3 years to get here.
Hey, but you said yourself you don't grind. Here, wait, we can do a test. Press P. Go to history. And then go to 30 days. Yeah. Press P. Go to history in the top right, the little graph.
This is a new feature. I actually never seen this.
And go to the little graph in the top right, history. Click 30 days. How many monsters have you killed in the last 30 days?
24,000.
All right. Just based on this number alone, I deserve to survive. All right. I killed 121,000.
All right. Well, hold on. This month is a bad month because I was actually focusing a lot on my cooking, so I was only killing
go total.
to...
I don't know where the total goes back. It says all time. I don't know if I trust that.
I don't think this is very far at all.
Nah.
I think this is only this year.
That all time thing is bullshit. It's not actually all time. There's no
This
way.
is not true at all.
Right.
This might have been the last month, maybe.
What does it say?
Or the 222.
1,000?
Yeah.
Your total says 222,000. Mine is 2.4 mil or 2.35 mil.
Yeah. No, I told you. Like, I understand that. It should be. You should be rewarded for your gear. I don't think someone should be really unkillable,
I guess my only point here was that these people that are like evasion, like really hard to kill, they're higher evasion than this.
Yeah.
Like they're more gear than me, or they're using like the evasion offhand. So if I swap to I actually don't even know if Lahn has one. I've never even looked. Do they have an evasion one? Maybe this Mistress sword? Yeah, probably the Mistress sword, it looks like. No, that's a damage reduction. What the fuck? Do they have an evasion offhand? Noble.
I don't know if Lahn does.
Enhancement effect, all evasion. Let's see, maybe it's this one. No, it's more evasion than Kudum, but it's still less. Crow? No, Crow's AP, and then Kriya. So I guess I'd have to use Rosar.
There is also something else to keep in mind. Like, I am Succ, so my accuracy modifiers, like I mentioned earlier, are a lot higher. So, for example, Sticky Snowflake alone has 30% accuracy, which is pretty high.
Right.
Decapitation has plus 16%, plus 20% on blind thrusts. Carver has 11%. Red Moon has plus 5%, but that's always hit hard anyway, so. Plus the 8% passive it gives, so basically everything is like 8 additional accuracy. Man, Silent Chad really doesn't believe your gear, man.
What? Dude,
I don't know why.
Wait, take your ghillie off real quick. So I can see you. I'm gonna PM this to you right now. Or put this in chat. Put that in Silent Chad's chat box. That's you right in front of me this very moment. They don't believe my gear.
Dude, you could have photoshopped that. They don't know.
Oh, that was a fast. That was a world's fastest Photoshop.
This is why Frosty should remain the editor of the videos. Because of his photoshopping skills.
Yeah.
Hover over your DP. That way they can see the evasion.
He came prepared.
He came prepared.
So
you already knew about this prior. You knew. It was coming.
My sheet evasion is what is my math is so bad? It's like 630 or 640. Let me do the math.
Chat saying that's not 730 evasion. They say you lie.
Well, run the numbers, boys.
Chad is literally strutting through here.
Is this about to be hashtag Frosty exposed?
Chat. Silent Chad just rolling up here, just thrusting forward, just strutting.
Haters, dude.
Haters.
I get 40 additional just from my helmet crystals.
Yeah, the Harpias, the Jin Harpias. Frosty, I'm gonna have to have Coco redo your guys' illustration and add Chad here for Silent Chad.
Anyway, I don't know. So, what's our conclusion to the accuracy thing? My only thing is, it just as long as, like you were saying, they do some sort of like compensation, because just removing it is harsh, right? They have to rebalance other stuff somewhere.
Correct.
Whether it be accuracy
I mean,
or damage or whatever. They gotta like make sure it's.
Chat's like, he's dodging.
I'm dodging what?
No, they were asking about the evasion numbers when you hover over your DP.
Oh, I put it in chat.
You put it in chat. It's right there.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. That's my fault.
That's on Nayashe, not on Frosty.
Hold on, Chad. Hold on, Chad. So
It's like 623 sheet evasion.
So 177 plus 446.
And then
Assuming you have 40 additional from Harpias, and
I got Villa.
what do you have?
I got food. I got Hooms.
It's 10 for Villa, right?
I don't really know how Villa's counted because it just says DP.
Oh, well.
And then on Lahn, we have 2 evasion buffs as well that are percentage based. Plus, we got the evasion from the guild buff that's percentage based. Plus, I have 2 skills when I'm fighting that gives me additional evasion percentage on hit for a period. And
Because we don't know what the Villa is, I put 15, 10, and 5 to incorporate the food evasion buff.
And then I think it's another from Whom's 8 evasion?
Yes. 16 accuracy. Evasion is 4 per 4, and that's 8. Yeah, so only 8 evasion from homes. And then your abilities plus guild buff and whatever the Villa gives you. It's pretty close. So yeah, I would say it's about right. It's a disband.
Give or take a few.
Yeah.
But my point is like just
You might be using a little bit of core math there, Chad, but it's close.
the common core math, dude.
The common core.
Hey, as long as you feel like you're right, you're right.
Exactly.
Dude, what is your DP? You're the only person I kill really easily on Lahn.
Well, I have 4 set max.
4 set max what?
And 310 DP. So I have really low HP plus.
Okay. We should probably move on. Let's see.
Yeah.
Accuracy. So, dude, our rundown is so far back now. Lahn Succession. Well, you've been seeing it a little bit. Lahn Succession is really, really fun. Right now, the overall PvP damage isn't great unless I'm against Nayashe. But overall, I actually do run into a lot of people that are 310 DP that even if I get the refloat off, I can't fully kill them. So Lahn's damage is getting buffed twice. It got buffed last week on Global Labs, just an overall damage percentage, and that'll be really nice. And then they buffed like a couple little things. The skill Cymbidium, which is down F, is getting an additional hit added to the succession on every single one of these hits. So right now it's 1122 x3 and then 1122 x3 and then on 1022 x5 and 1122 x6 if you do the whole skill. So they're adding just one additional hit on all of those. They're adding crit to Blade Dance, which is the R&B skill. It's going to have 50% crit, so that'll be good. And yeah, also I have that annoying bug. I used the transfer coupon because I was too lazy to grind skill points. I actually don't think Succession Lahn is good at grinding at places like Poly or Gahas where you hit a pack, run, hit a pack, run, hit a pack. Even though our movement seems good, it's not super precise. And when we do use the precise movement, it uses a lot of stamina. Flying is like, it's cool, it's fast long distance, it's not fast short distance.
Yeah, it's good for you fly away, you literally loop around and then come in the back when they're no longer paying attention to you.
Yeah, so unfortunately, after I saw Mystic Succession, I realized they're never going to make that class good again. So what I did is I swapped the combat skill EXP from my Mystic to my Lahn. My Lahn was level 61 with like 1400 skill points. Now she's got 2212. But the problem is there's a bug where when you do that with Succession, you can't get skill add-ons for the 56, 58, and 60, which really sucks because Bleeding Hearts, which is one of our main damage dealing abilities and super armor skills, has nice crit add-on that we're missing. And I also am missing some monster AP on other shit, so Shit's annoying. They said it'll be fixed on March 3rd.
Maybe.
2 weeks with no add-ons. And then they're also increasing the animation speed of some of the skills in the second patch. So the first patch is just like raw damage change, and then the second patch, they're increasing the animation of the A and I believe the A and D left click little spin thing, and then the actual spin skill. It's gonna have a faster start animation. So that'll be cool. I think overall it's going to be good. It's in without the grab, it makes it really tough against classes like Striker, Mystic, and Zerker. Those have been the 3 classes that I really, really struggle with. Like, I'm not super good at it.
Why does that sound so weirdly familiar?
Well, I mean, even compared to you, I feel like it'd be even harder for me not to like CC them, but because my super armor animations are long, so they have a lot of time to come up
you
and
take
grab.
a lot of damage.
Well, they just have a lot of time to come grab.
Stub arrow too. Stub arrow really helps versus classes.
Yeah. No, I'll get better at it. I'll figure it out, and I think with the changes, it'll make it nice where they can't. I just gotta figure. I'm still like pretty new to Lahn. I really, really, really dislike Lahn Awakening, so I didn't really play Lahn before, but I love the Succession. I actually have so much fun with it. It's PvE.
It
also,
looks fun.
Yeah.
How fluid the movement is.
And its PvE also doesn't feel that fast to me compared to the other classes I've been playing, but it's manageable.
Like Ninja.
Yeah, I think with the second buff, the animation speed buffs, and the crit damage and the extra hit on Cymbidium, maybe it'll be better in PvE. Because right now, Cymbidium's like unusable in PvE. Like that shit does no damage. And then this F skill, which is a fast knockdown, but it also against Nayashe does damage. But
Jesus. Well, everyone does damage to me right now because my build's super scuffed. Because I was tired of running out of stamina, so I just like. Fuck it. All stamina. Everything stamina.
Yeah. I wonder if I could get... Actually, God. I want to test the combo real quick.
Can you test the combo? I'll probably die before you begin it.
I took off gear. Did you get down smashed right there or no?
I honestly wasn't trying to get up there.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, so overall the PvP damage isn't very great unless they have no DP. But against people, once they start getting around like 324, most of the time I can't kill them. Which I know sounds crazy, but I swear it's true. Whereas like on every other class...
Can we run the numbers on that as well?
Yeah, we gotta run the numbers. They're all DR builds, so they need a buff, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the extra float.
Holy crap, I was on the ground a while there.
It
was hard to tell if you CC'd me like 2 knockdowns or not because
let me reset you.
I didn't look like I moved from the spot you initially knocked me down at.
Yeah. Dude, the spin is fun, man. And here's a really cool mechanic with the spin is that it has if you press L and B after using the spin, it'll ignore collision. If you don't, if you just cast a spin, it'll have collision. So you can kind of choose how you want to use it, which is really cool. So like if I want to spin in place, like just on top of you right here, I can. Or if I want to go, if I just want to like actually go through you, I can do that too.
That's interesting. So if you want to be like super BM, you like kick him and then spin, spin, spin.
Yeah, it won't kill him right now, but yeah, basically. But it's really cool in mobs. Like when I'm grinding at Star's End, for example, if they're standing upright, not at a crystal, I usually go through them so I can get to the back. But if the crystal blows up, I use it to just stay in place. So it's kind of cool that in PvE I can use it either way.
Interesting.
All right, let me try this again. Let me see if you can get up. Oh, I
can't get up.
Okay, interesting. Maybe interesting. It's only knockdown on the first good hit and then down smash on the flow if it gets to it. Yeah, this is
I noticed the Succ Lahn actually has some pretty quick engages, but overall it still seems kind of sluggish, like kind of easy to read still, even with the quicker engages.
It has these two cool things. So the forward R&B, which is like the slash that they always had,
Yeah, that one's good.
that one's really quick and good. It's weird because the pre-awakened version says that it's forward guard while using the skill. The succession version says forward guard during striding slash first hit. So maybe it just means not. I don't know. It's hard to tell if it has forward guard while moving. I don't know 100% if it does. Try to stub arrow me real quick, and I'll count it down. 3. Oh, 3, 2. All right, well, hold on.
On cooldowns.
Yeah, because you keep shooting it. All right, 3. What the fuck? Hold on. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. No, yeah, you're too slow. No wonder, dude. All right. Anyway, yeah, but it has this cool thing. So if it's off cooldown, it has a flow skill that is unprotected, but it's a bound. So if I keep holding forward R&B, it's like a second engage with a bound. That's really cool. And then if I use Salpuri Purge after either the forward R&B or that flow, it'll use Salpuri Purge after a leap, which is really cool. If I use it from Shift Q, so it'll be like, which is really fucking cool. So it's got some good engages.
That's pretty good.
For sure.
Are you guys able to hear my dog snoring?
I don't.
Good.
Yeah, so Lahn Succession is really fun. It's getting buffed a couple times, so it'll be better. It doesn't have a grab. Its PvE is middle tier. I think it's okay. I think after the buffs it might be better. I haven't tried Succ, but mostly because I'm missing skill add-ons, so I'm going to be inefficient anyway. It doesn't have really good sustain in Succession either for HP. It does have WP sustain, but not HP. That's partly getting buffed. They're going to give Crescent Barrage 50 HP per hit instead of 20 that it currently has. So that should probably be enough to help. And maybe HP on hit on Blooming from a skill add-on might be a thing. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I like it. It's really, really, really fun. And I think it's viable against everything. I have to practice against grab classes to figure it out. We'll see. And work with other Lahns.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be one of those things, like, it's going to take a while for people to kind of figure out how to utilize it properly.
Right. All right, so we should probably do Succession, Wiz, and Wiz and Witch. Which, there's been some controversy on that shit. Rostar, what do you?
Yeah, you think?
What? Let me grab. I have to grab another drink and pee. So that's gonna happen. Then we gotta talk about Wiz Witch. Be right back.
Okay.
I guess I'll talk about my experiences with him then. So far, I've only heard negative comments about Witch Wiz Succession, but then I ran into a snake wizard, I think it was, last night, and he was like one shot at me with one of the lightning abilities with block. So I don't know. My opinion on it is really weird. I mean, it seems like they still need some buffs maybe, but then Frosty was mentioning he had some similar experiences with experiencing it versus competent players or players that actually know what they're doing with it, or at least have a better idea of knowing what to do with it. The mobility makes it really nice, and the power is really there. He says nerfs, but he'll elaborate on his aspect.
Yeah, I really don't know much about it. The one thing that I do know is that Witch players are absolutely livid at the idea that Wizard could be a better class than them.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, dude,
the silliest thing.
They're like, what in the world is going on? I play Witch so that I can be number one, and this is absolutely unacceptable. And it's pretty hilarious, honestly. So
yeah, I mean, it's the funniest thing because, like, so I always compare how Mewa gets basically the shit end of the stick when it comes to, like, some of the things that Musa gets, at least in Awakening. Succession isn't too bad in comparison, but the Awakening kits, there's a pretty big disparity in power between the two. And they function differently, so that has to be taken into consideration. But and then you have Witch Wizards, they literally leapfrog over each other in terms of, like, balance patches and whatnot. And then they always are whining about whichever one's stronger, and then the other one gets buffed. And then the other one will complain, and then that one will get buffed, and then the other one will complain. It's just so silly.
I don't completely hate the is their point of view actually like, hey, we were strong, we should still be strong or strongest? I don't. I hate this notion that because a class was strong, they don't deserve to like get a good succession. Makes no sense to me, personally.
Well, I mean, I agree with that, but
I mean, it's
at the
not
same time,
the
it's
person
just-
that played witch that chose the balance or created the balance or any of that. Like, I don't know. And there's a lot of witches that, sure, maybe people flavor of the month re-rolled to witch because it was strong in large scale, but there's also a lot of people that just played witch because when they first started the game, they thought witch looked cool. And like, yeah, those persons' succession should suck because witch was strong in large scale for a long time. Like, I just don't get that point of view either, personally.
Hey, who said that?
Well, that's like the idea. Like, what? Why? I mean, the point of view from Witch that I think is valid is not like, hey, Wizard's strong. That's not fair. It's like, hey, that teleport thing is actually really good. We should also have that. Like, what? Why does Wizard have that and not Witch?
Right.
I think that's fair. Personally,
there's
I
a
don't know.
literal cry room in the Witch Wizard Discord.
I don't know. So, like, all right, the witch got the shaft on that. I think I don't fully understand. Did you guys read the patch notes when the succession came out on Wednesday? How it said that wizards complained that witch damage was high, so then they brought now the damage is the same. Like, that part is odd to me. So the wizard passive lets them attack more quickly than the witch. Like, just straight up, they can start skills a lot faster, like in succession. So. Sorry, in the actual word succession, not the succession tree. But yes, also in succession tree. In consecutive skills, like, just start up way more quickly. So, which last week on KR or Global Labs, their skills just did more damage. So that was kind of the trade-off. So overall, the DPS was about the same. And then they changed that. Now they're the same damage, like modifiers, except Wizard still attacks faster. So that is odd to me, that there's not like a witch gets something else to kind of make up the speed difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is weird, for sure.
Like
maybe more power or something like that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's weird. That whole thing is such a debacle. Like, that seems so simple to me. Maybe the witch. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, you can say the same thing with how they designed. I don't know that I think that's even then it's still a lot different. Like, because like the Musa Mewa mechanic was Musa, they only had hit with one ability, they got a buff, and then they could expend and consume that buff in order to use an ability on cooldown. Whereas Mewa was you had to get 3 stacks, spamming only one ability, and then you could get a buff for 10 seconds. So I think that's a little bit different, but still, it's not something that's ideal.
Yeah, but they don't have the exact same skill tree, just straight up.
Yeah.
Like, through and through. That's the thing that's so. The only difference is the passive, which includes the teleport. So I don't know. Like, maybe I don't really know what you could do. Maybe the damage difference was too high on the witch skills and just make it only 5% increase on everything instead of 15 or whatever it was. I don't know, but I don't really see a problem with that. But I do want to.
What they would probably do is kind of make it mirror how Awakening was, where Wizard was more melee oriented, or at least AoE range around themselves, and Witch was more ranged. It kind of seemed like they had that theme that they were wanting to do. You know?
Well, ironically, Wizard actually, in a lot of senses, was more ranged because the way like Water Sphere worked and their Rabam Fireball being as good as it was. Which is kind of.
Well, I thought with the Witch, Witch was considered more ideal for large scale because of the fact that they had more range, and then on top of that, it was frontal guard oriented more too.
Right. I think for ball v ball engages, because detonative flow is further, and then like Gore Roll's range was bigger than the shit skill Chilling Wave, and
also
Thunderstorm.
Gore Roll is just a useful ability in general.
But I do want to talk about Wizard Succession real quick. I actually think it's insanely good in 1v1 now. Like, I think if a player is very good, then they can make Wizard 1v1 very good. Like, just straight up. Because their teleport lets them dash twice. They have 2 Earth responses they can use on the single tree, not just like 2 different options. I can't remember if they do have different options for each one, but and so they have a lot more movement now, and a lot more like outplay potential, and a lot of range CCs that are actually good.
I think the movement was definitely a good idea for them because they always complained about how they had no mobility, so it kind of limited their overall outplay potential. So
Yeah. Which I don't know if we said this before or after we started recording, but we all agreed that like the double teleport or the double separate teleport should just be a thing for everybody, right? Like for Succession and Awakening Witch and Wizard.
I completely agree with that. I do think the double teleport should work for everything, and that's how it always should have worked.
That's just a better mechanic, honestly. It just makes more sense and it leaves more room for outplay, honestly.
Dude, Wizard Succession also looks really fun to me. The animations are so cool. But Rez, you were saying you prefer Awakening like playstyle? Like you're not interested in Succession at all? Why is that? You want the new animations?
I don't know. I've never been a staff person.
That's what she said.
Yeah?
hopefully not. It's bad.
Whoa, that's not very progressive, Nayashe.
Monka, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a. I don't know.
Meant more or less for Frost or Rezler.
I have never been a like a wizard type player. So like whenever the Wizard and Witch Awakening came out, that was the only time that I was like, oh, this looks pretty dope. It's kind of like a battle mage type thing where you TP in and then do AoE around you. That's what kind of like drew me into it. I've never been one for like, oh, let me sit on the edge and cast shit from the outside. That's typically not like the type of classes that I like to play. So like, I don't know. I just never really considered doing it. And then the Awakening came out and it was like not that basically. And I was like, okay, this looks pretty dope actually.
Yeah.
That's also why I almost never play like Archer type characters, which is why it's very strange that I played Archer for a decent amount of time in this game. Because like again, I don't normally play those archetypes. They're just not fun for me. They're not my type.
Yeah. The animations are really cool, I think. I love the new animations though. I think the earthquake animations look cool. The way the rocks come out look a lot more defined and better than the normal pre-awaken stuff. And then I also really like the new Aqua Gel animation looks sick. Voltaic is lame too. It definitely doesn't hit as hard as Awakening, obviously, because the flow, but it's like significantly weaker. Still cool though. Yeah, so Wiz Succession's cool. What else we gotta talk about?
What else was it? What was next on the list?
Let me see. We got Chad Ogre. Chad Ogre. Oh, class buffs. All right, let me. I'm gonna alt tab and look through these real quick. So they're buffing a couple Awakening classes, and those are the ones I want to touch on specifically. I mean, I won't go too into specifics. I'll just pull it up on the screen. But basically, so they buffed Wizard Awakening a little bit before all the Successions were out. They recently buffed Warrior Awakening damage overall, which were pretty big buffs too. They weren't like minor. And then on Global Lab this week, they also buffed. So they buffed Zerker and Lahn Succession, but they buffed Guardian Awakening a little bit, and then they buffed Tamer Awakening, like a kind of significant amount. I don't know, they made things flow together better. They increased damage of flow ascension damage. And then flow, the cloud ride and cloud whatever, and they made it so tree climbing can be used on the hotbar, which is like fucking finally. Dude, when I was playing Tamer, I hated that I couldn't use Forward F from, because Forward F when you're in pre-awakening will use Moonlight Strike, which will take you into awakening and do the little dash slash thing. But if tree climbing was off of cooldown, it would use tree climbing instead, and you couldn't put tree climbing on the hotbar, so you had to put Moonlight Strike on the hotbar. So it's really nice that now you can put tree climbing on the hotbar. It'll be good. They put a little thing that they want to. The reason why Tamers are mostly sticking to Succession is because the awakening damage is very good, especially for PvE. So they're going to buff the awakening damage. That might not be all the changes when it finally comes out, but it's a start. At least they're aware of it. And then Valkyrie also got some awakening changes. I know this this class is awakening a little bit less. But it looks like they changed some of the movement stuff, made it smoother. I don't know if they added SA or whatever. I'll have to see when official translation comes out, but their description of this one is Valkyrie Awakening sought to add ways to approach the opponent in a more varied way, utilizing the link between and they name a couple skills. The translation's crazy. In addition, we've added technology that can be linked after Enslaw's new technology, so they can continue to connect after landing. So it sounds like quality of life movement stuff. I have to see when that actually comes out. And then Guardian got a couple minor things. So they haven't completely forgotten that Awakening exists. Now, actually, one day you'll be able to be an Awakened Mewa again, maybe.
Holding my breath.
Don't be a brat. What was that?
Are you watching me fight Despin as Guardian?
No.
He's 285 AP and 309 DP. This is just nutty.
Is he good?
He's really good with it.
Okay.
It's just what a Guardian looks like when you actually use mouse movement. I cannot do anything to him because they have so many super armors and wide AoE ranges.
I'll have to link your stream to my friend because yeah, he always says there's nothing Guardian can do.
Yeah, it's not true at all. I mean, versus multi-grab classes, even Dustman says it's pretty much a luck fest, but and against like single grab classes, he says it's possible to beat them. And versus non-grabs, it's fairly easy to beat.
Right. I want to see it, but you know, I have to. Your sponsored ads.
Yeah,
you know?
No, you're good.
You know,
I don't want to give you extra money. You know, it's just man.
Yeah, Nayashe's sort of a big deal. Maybe you guys have heard of him.
The most Papega casual.
Dude, I can't believe your chat called me retarded. All right, should we get on to comments?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
All right, so we're just doing this week's comments, right?
What do you mean?
Oh no, wait. What? We don't really have comments then.
No, just do last week.
Wait, but aren't you throwing in last week's comments?
I was only going to do the guest question.
Oh, you're only going to throw in the guest questions. Okay.
Yeah. Like, we have both, but I was only going to do the guest questions.
Okay. I'll do the comments. Here we go.
Since those were directly towards CP.
Yeah. All right, so we have 40 comments now. Here we go. Justin Campbell says, so wait, do C20 both main hand and awakening weapon, or just the main hand? Is he asking?
What?
Back. I'm sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, what is that in reference to?
Yeah.
What?
Justin Campbell asked in comments, so wait, do C20 both main hand and awakening weapon, or just main hand? If he's talking about the green like C20 at try, that's for awakening. in succession.
Oh yeah.
If that's what you're referring to, you just do the Awakening green weapon. Mike H says, Day 1 listener from the UK. I'm not good at presenting podcasts, but I'd like to come on 1A and just ask you guys a series of questions about BDO for your personal opinion. One day.
We're being interviewed now, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'll go. Bring us on your show. You know, we don't ever get podcast invites from anybody else. Fucking goddamn it.
Well, we did that one time, remember?
Oh yeah, and then we got it was pushed
And
back.
then it got canceled.
It's been pushed back 12 or 14 weeks, something like that.
It's been pushed back indefinitely. Feels bad.
Only 12 or 14 weeks.
Something like that, yeah. No, we're still in queue. Kenichi Sai says the Succ outfit looks dope. I'm digging it. Her Succ is garbage, needs work, but the recent rework where they gave her CCs and protection on some of the skills okay now. It could still be better though. Oh, I think this is talking about Mystic. I got a reference. It's so long ago. Yes. They improved her slightly and also made her worse at the same time by removing all of her damage.
There's no better way to do it.
Kaleko's the Spellweaver says Striker's Succession is not good because they remove big mobilities like Triple Dash, Ferocious Assault. It's literally impossible to fight archers with this kit. Wolf's Hunger is really still the same where you are unprotected when hitting, which means the only real difference from the old version is that there's no gap at the start of the attack because it can flow from dashes. Wolf's Fang being able to flow from punches doesn't really mean anything because its purpose is just bursting people down. WC isn't an issue awakening leg drop strikers. That actually is an issue with leg drop strikers because a lot of times people use leg drop to buy time, and if you use the flow to deal some damage, which people do a lot, especially in Node War and Siege and stuff like that, when it's on cooldown, your leg drop does nothing. So now a lot of your combos are still bursty with Wolf's Fang, which is just an additional option. Having more than one, being able to do a combo and not rely just on leg drop is kind of cool, I think. But Striker has its own issues because they nerfed it in a lot of ways. So I don't know. We'll have to see when it actually comes out how it actually feels. They took away a lot of the CCs. Tim says Frosty must spend enough on reroll coupons to deduct them from his taxes. Yeah. I don't know. How does that work? If you spend enough money on something, do eventually you get to start just deducting it? Is that how that works?
I don't think so.
I wish, dude.
Well, in your case, it's possible, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. It's like, what? This podcast is my job, dude.
It's my job.
I'm Legendary Mike says, I found you guys a month ago and listen every week. Keep up the good work. Yeah, thanks, man. Dennis Veer says, Guardian slow lol. Wait, sorry, let me... I got choked up there.
Struggle.
Guardian slow lol. Not really DK is slow as fuck. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, but DK is not slower than Guardian. You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
The Shepherd 112 says, I think considering every class and their abilities now as well as their skill level, Archer is very well balanced. I'm 289 Archer and been playing Archer since his release. Well, Rez, you have a lot of experience on Archer. Is that the case? You feel like Archer is very well balanced?
I think Archer is actually fairly decently balanced in 1v1s, which might be an unpopular statement, but I really do think it's true. In large scale, absolutely not. But, I mean, who's surprised by that? I mean, come on.
So my thing with the 1v1 is this, because Full Bloom does so much damage, Archer doesn't run into the issue that most classes do where some of your skills are on cooldown after a catch because you're using them to fish for CCs. So you always just use Full Bloom and your combos like sound no matter what. But outside of that,
yeah,
I don't think it's bad.
I think, but see, like, that's the only thing. That's the only issue I have with Archer in 1v1s anyway. Like, after playing it for what I did, like 3 months or something like that, 2 months, 3 months, something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the only thing in 1v1s where I was like, this is fucking dumb. Like, why is this a thing? This is insanity. And I'm sure, like, if you ask General Morris, he'll find a way to justify it. But man, it just like that skill is insane.
It's
dude.
a Mortal Kombat fatality button. Like your CC is their dazed, and then you go up and do the fatality, which is your shifty.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like the rest of it, I know everybody complains that it has a bunch of like protected TCs and all that. Honestly, it didn't feel that overwhelming to me playing it, and it doesn't feel that overwhelming playing against it either, for the record. To me, blooming is the only thing that stood out to me as like, this is like kind of ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah. It's funny that skill used to have a KD, so it also refloat. Origami says, so I'm thinking our relatively high PvE lately, like 5k trash and high-end spots, is probably a result of them getting us ready for the new higher spots that are coming. I guess. I just don't think they're really related. I think A, people are getting better at grinding, and B, Succession just makes it easier and does more damage than most of the Awakenings in PvE, which hopefully they bring up, because I think Awakening should also be... Like, I want to say... I'm trying to think of an Awakening that benefited from Succession. Or, sorry, a class that benefited from Succession where I think it's, like, in a good spot in PvE. Like, I'm having a brain fart. Like DK, I don't know. Like DK's grind speed I think is pretty cool in Succession. Although their Awakening grind speed was too. I don't know, Ninja's like borderline there. Ninja's really efficient grinding, and that's how I think its Awakening should be too. Maybe it's slightly overtuned grinding, but it's relatively where I feel like everyone's Awakening and Succession should be grinding personally. This person says, also Awakening Guardian Shift Q one-shots more than one person through PA. Had a Witch and Guardian testing it in BA. They're both soft cap. Even had the Witch stack DP and no difference. I'm only trying to point out the broken ability, but probably because they took away my broken ability.
If a skill, I don't know how many times I have to say this. If a skill is one-shotting people through PA, there's a bug. Like, that's just not possible. You don't get one shot through PA.
Yeah.
It's literally not possible. I don't know how many times I gotta explain that.
I don't know whose Witch and Guardian were testing that, but that's just... I fought Guardians. I don't know what AP or gear you were talking about, but I fought Guardians that are 269 AP versus my 350 DP, and they do not even come close to one-shotting me with that skill, especially if I have PA. There's just no way. I'm sorry. I don't think their Shift Q is that broken. Also, their Shift Q doesn't CC either. The Valkyrie one felt way different than the Guardian one. I'm sorry. The Valkyrie one was also faster. Like, I just, those don't compare to me. I don't know. Guilherme Cunha, how do I say that? Guillermo? I'm going to call him Guillermo, even though there's no O. Cunha says, yo, I've just checked Frosty's band in the video description. Really good shit, man. Congrats. Which one's you? I'm the drummer. And thank you. SNGL says, I love listening to you guys while grinding. Great work. Also on Global Lab, whenever translation says river, it means flow. Thank you. Now, what does strong mean and what does Kang mean? Because I notice a lot of these Google translations say strong : or Kang : Vesper BR.
Frosty, after you, so before you get into the next one, so you said the Shift Q not one-shotting thing.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm literally fighting a Guardian who is one-shotting me in it.
What? Yeah, but do you have PA up? And this guy's saying it's one-shotting people through PA.
Through PA.
Oh, I don't know about that. I
Yeah.
don't know about that. But
Yeah, they're saying through PA they're getting one shot, which is just not a thing that is happening.
Why is it one-shotting?
I don't care how much damage. I don't care how much AP you have. You are not one-shotting anybody if they have.
It's not
PA.
one-shotting through PA unless you're like you forgot to take your gathering clothes off. Put your Manos clothes back in your storage.
I think even with gathering clothes, PA might still save you.
I don't know about that.
PA's 999
It gives you 1,000 DP.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could probably not have gear on, get PA, and you would still be invincible.
And you're a Maywa. You deserve to die. Vesper BR says, put it on Spotify. I really love it. Well, now that Nayashe is on board, he's our producer, so he probably will get it on Spotify.
Yeah, he's our producer, our editor, our agent, our
manager,
advertiser,
our publicist,
our manager, publicist. Yeah,
our
exactly.
attorney. He's our attorney.
He's our PR department.
Yeah. Bilver says, in my opinion, all grapple arrow needs is a little range adjustment. You think grapple arrow needs range adjustment?
Oh, more range? Yes.
Oh, of course you do. Musassin, I'm just kidding. He wants it reduced.
Less range.
Yeah, he wants less range. I'm just kidding.
Very few Mewas and Moosas even use the damn thing.
I think it should just.
Busted, dude.
I think it should just.
It's a good.
Listen, now that every Lahn is playing Succession, it's the only ranged grapple left in the game, dude. It's too broken.
Range grapple. This is what I actually recommend people use it as a follow up to like an awkward CC. So I actually got a clip for it. But that's what, like, if I were teaching someone combos to use, like, that would be one I would recommend, because there is times when you catch someone with a stiff without realizing it, and then you're like, oh shit, I caught them, and then you could follow up with a range stiff like sub arrow or chart stub, and then do grapple arrow to close the gap.
I think if I could change grappling arrow, I think it should work like Shadow Clones, where it has a 5-second grace period, where if you use stub arrow and it hits a target, then it puts a buff on your buff bar. So for 5 seconds, no matter what other skills you can use grapple arrow if you want to.
I actually thought of that same idea a long time ago. I thought that would have been a cool approach to it as well, rather than like you have to use it immediately, because there's times when you like use an arrow ability and you just need to move immediately. Grapple arrow is not a good idea.
This guy Musassin says, I wouldn't mind grapple arrow having frontal guard. I would. Volitio or Volitio says, Guardian slam dunked me and it made me feel bad. Otherwise, great job. Delete all non-grab classes or rescale AP, and we can have non-brain dead game again. I agree, dude. These brain dead Mewas that are killing everyone should be removed from the game. The awkward ninja says, so last week I said that final battle exists. It also has a ranking system for guilds that participate. Seriously, more people should do them. Add rewards. And they will.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds great. How much silver power do I make doing it?
Yeah. Share My Feed says, the console optimization patch sucks. Did nothing. If anything, performance has gotten worse. They removed 40% for no reason. Also, they didn't just remove pointless mobs. They removed them indiscriminately. Yeah, that's shit. That was a really bad patch. Everything I've heard from it is bad. Oh! That's like, what we didn't get to, Rez, that we got mad at Nayashe for getting too early. That we should probably talk about is consoles are merging.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, let me play this teaser.
There's not much more to talk about other than that. Hey guys, consoles are merging.
No, it's got a sick teaser.
I don't think you understand the significance.
Xbox gets fucked because their game came out 6 months later than PS4.
No, they don't get fucked because the PS4 players are way more geared because they have more money, because the Xbox players are poor.
Oh, is that how they get fucked?
Yeah. No, wait. How do the Xbox players get fucked? Or in what way?
Because they started 6 months later. They're 6 months behind.
No. Xbox started earlier. The PS4 players started later.
Oh, PS4 started 6 months behind. Somebody started 6 months behind.
Yeah. But they have more money, so they're fine.
That's like if they just merged KR and like NA. Like, what? Excuse me? What? Hold on.
Yeah. Let me find the teaser. Hold on.
All of a sudden, everyone you run across is fucking Zethian. Like, no, thank you. I'm okay.
Where is this? Anyone have? Oh, here. No. Anyone have a link to that teaser? By chance?
What, the console teaser?
Yeah, I didn't actually watch it.
Reddit?
I'm lazy. Let me look at Reddit. Hold on. Hold the phone.
Probably on Reddit.
It's definitely on Reddit. That's where I originally saw it. Oh, actually,
I didn't watch it either.
I have it in one of these Discords, actually. I think I put in our own. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm going to play the sound for this. Oh, too loud. Sorry, everybody. Well, all right, in fairness, I can't believe I spent... It took me more time to find this video than this video length. It's 13 seconds. That was anticlimactic. But it's coming March. It's coming March 2020. So they have 10 days, PS4 players, to catch up. So catch up. You got this.
10 days.
Yeah, March is in 10 days.
Is it? Oh, it is. Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was already in late February.
I know, dude.
Christ.
Sears flying, dude. I think it's a good thing overall. I agree, like, PS4 players will probably be behind, but on average. But I think having a bigger player base will be really cool for the scene. It'll probably bring players that quit back to the game, to play Xbox and PS4 players. So
I just find it funny. How long did it take for NA to have a server merge?
I don't know, a year, 8-10 months.
10 months.
I think
so did console beat that?
Let's see.
How long has console been out? I don't actually remember.
Let's see. So Xbox, it's a year. The Xbox one came out a year ago, and then I think the PlayStation came out in September, right? Let's see. PS4 video came out in August. So a year for half of them, half a year for the other half.
So dumb, dude.
Now, what are your thoughts? I'm just throwing this out there. It probably will never happen. But what if they enabled, like, Xbox, PS4 players, they can use a keyboard, which for whatever reason right now they can't. There's actually a lot of Xbox and PS4 games that can't. But they let them use a keyboard and mouse. So if they wanted to, they could use keyboard and mouse. And they let the Xbox and PS4 players merge into the normal client on PC. Would you guys be for that or against that?
I'd be for that. I'd get way more kills. Are you kidding me?
Well, if they use controller and mouse, I mean,
it doesn't matter. They're limited by their hardware.
Their performance would be so shit.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, in fairness, the Xbox and the PS4 probably has about what your PC is, Rez.
What? But they just reduced the mobs to ease performance in console.
Probably would help your PC.
Which wouldn't happen in our version, is my point.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't work, dude. Fuck. Oh well. All right, moving on. Yeah.
There goes my KD, my free KD.
Console merge. It's happening. I think that's good for consoles. Still watching at 5717. I keep saying this, but wish PA would fuck around and give Musa a grab. No. No, 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 no. Although, if they do give Musa a grab, don't give it to Maewa. I think that'd be hilarious.
Why are you so toxic?
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. Listen, I'm for Musa getting a grab as long as Maewa doesn't get a grab.
Dude, that would be so funny. They're like, we
would
decided
be so toxic.
We decided Maewa can keep their 100% accuracy on blooming, but Musa's getting a grab. That way it's fair. Also, as far as grabs are concerned, I don't really mind not having a grab. However, what do you guys think about classes that don't have a grab? Be given the ability to break out of a grab, or they give non-grab classes just one CC skill, 100% chance for it to CC, or rework one of the pre-existing skills that has a CC, the ability to CC more. Just a thought. Me personally, I would prefer if they just remove grabs altogether, or grabs shouldn't have protection. Fucking hate Lahn. Fucking AoE grab. All right, so
I agree. Grabs should not have protection.
There's a lot of conflict here. First of all, the Lahn grab doesn't have protection. So he followed up with grab shouldn't have protection, and then mentioned the long grab. The long grab doesn't have protection. I'm not defending Lahn's grab because it is busted, and I don't agree with it, which is why I don't play Awakened Lahn. I play the real Lahn that's hard to play and skillful, and I'm talented. But
Wow, dude, you sound super fucking.
I'm really modest when it
yeah,
comes to
yeah,
Lahn. I don't love the idea of 100% chance to CC unless is it going to also have grab range where you have to literally be point blank and they're in front of you, aka
Yeah,
not
that's what I was
counting
about
Lahn.
to say.
I mean, if that's the case, then maybe, but then that's just a grab. You're just calling it something else, basically. Like that is just giving a grab to everyone. I don't love that. If it's a skill that has range or anything like that, it would have to have an insane windup so I can just get away from it. Otherwise, no, that would be busted. As far as breaking out of a grab,
We've talked about grapple breaks before.
Yeah, I mean, you have V already. It doesn't work in BA, which it probably should, honestly. V should work in BA. I mean, it works in Node War, works in Open World, and it works in Arsha. It's kind of weird it doesn't work in BA. And then the other thing is, too, like, you play a grab class for a while. Like, it's not that everyone thinks you just press E and you have a grab. Like this just doesn't work that way, man. Even when I'm playing in classes that don't have grabs, like that's just not how it works. It's more
Also,
I don't know.
Like I know this is a very specific to Zerker thing. I don't know if any other class actually has this, but like on Zerker, when you miss a grab, you get punished for it. Like there's an animation that you get locked into that you can't move out of, and like yeah, it's super armor, fantastic, except for you're just standing there getting ass blasted by this person with 285 AP. So like I don't know if any other class actually has that same thing where you actually get punished for missing. But yeah, that's a thing that you have to take into account as well. If you're like going to start giving everybody grabs, it's like, okay, then what are the technicalities on these sort of things? Should they be fast? Should they be slow? Should they have windups? Should they be protected? Should they have penalties for missing? Like, it's not just as simple as everybody gets warrior grapple. Like, I don't know.
I do agree. Grabs should not have super armor, except for the Zerker ones that have it.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Now, like Striker, I'm a little bit torn on Striker because their Awaken Grab or their pre-Awaken Grab has those punches, and the problem is like if that whole animation's not protected, they're fucked, and they literally can't use it. So maybe get rid of those punches. But yeah, I don't know. Like the thing is on Mystic and Striker, if they fail a grab, it makes them back up, and that little scoot back is unprotected. On Kuno and Ninja, when you grab with Suicide Fall and Pre-Awakening, the grab animation fail and attempt and success is all unprotected. And yeah, there's a little bit of a pause where you're kind of stuck in place if you fail a grab, and most times that does get you CC'd. Now, Ninja Awakening grab, that's another thing. Imagine a grab success being an iframe. Because that's how that one works. Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, I always felt like grabs just across the board shouldn't have protection because a grab is, goes through super armor frontal guard, so it should have some inherent risk where if you're going for a grab, you get punished if it was a bad decision,
Yeah. I would be fine. I would be fine with an unprotected grapple if my grapple was 1 fast and 2 didn't punish the fuck out of me for missing it. Like if SmackDown was unprotected, I honestly think that would be like okay because SmackDown is the one grab we have that doesn't have a crazy windup and there isn't like a big animation for missing. So you're able to move right out of it. That's why it's like our primary grab. But like all our other grabs either have a huge ass windup behind it and or have a at least 1 second long animation that you have to go through for missing. It's just a pain.
Yeah.
Also, one of our grabs is unprotected. It's the Awakening one, but no one ever talks about that. So
no grabs protected at any point in time.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I think they should.
I
I think they should just take grabs and make it a follow-up mechanic Like you can pick them up off the ground, and it's just for combo purposes. That's it.
I also think any movement ability used off cooldown shouldn't be protected.
And I think Dragon Bite shouldn't have frontal guard.
It used to not have frontal guard, actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
Red Moon was iframe originally. Maybe Red Moon
I
should be
say-
iframe again.
Maybe, alright, maybe remove protection from SmackDown, keep the Zerker one, remove all protection from every other grab except for maybe the Guardian one, just because the nature of Guardian's kind of slow, so it's similar to Zerker in that way.
Yeah, I just think if there's slow grapples or if there's a huge penalty for missing it, maybe it should be protected. Otherwise, yeah, I can be on board, honestly, with no protection. So, like, Guardian has a huge animation whenever you grapple someone. Striker has a huge animation whenever you grapple someone. Zerker, obviously, huge animation when you grapple someone. If those are protected, I think that's reasonable. The grapples that are, like, instant, like Valk, Warrior, Ranger, Tamer, what else is there? Wizard, which I think a lot of those are already unprotected. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Most
like,
actually are, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's fine, honestly.
Um,
I don't know. I just think there has to be a trade-off. Like, if you make all of Zerker's grapples unprotected, fine. Now make them not so punishing to, like, use. Make it not be whenever I use Corpse Storm and I miss the grapple because there's a 2-second windup on it, I don't get locked into a 2-second animation that is now not protected.
Queso81 says, totally got debated to play BDO again. Sorry, I had to move my mic. Totally got debated to play BDO again with these burning embers. Here I thought I'd have another pen attempt by the end, but I'm still struggling to get a roaring flame debated. Ian, aka Dildo Dragon, says no, Dildo Dragon was reported by some snitches, so he got banned. That's why he's Dildo Baggin. Or no, wait, Dilbo Dragon.
Dilbo.
Zappy says Guardian Awakening is in a good state right away. Damage is high but has slow speed. If they nerf the damage, it'll be a dead class. I do kind of agree with that. I mean, no offense to Nayashe, but Nayashe, you're getting to the point where you're fighting people that just have higher AP than you. You gotta start getting some DP, my friend.
Yikes!
You gotta get those pen Black Star armor. Easy
Oh
peasy.
yeah, let me just roll up on that and get that.
Just
shit.
get Pin Black's armor real quick, dude. It's super easy.
Austin Laster says only thing I wish for Guardian is that the pre-awakened dash did not collide with enemies. Yeah, I don't disagree or agree. I don't know. Yeah, I guess if you're using it to escape, it probably sucks if you run into people. Eros230 says Rezlar is now my favorite person. He understands the great desire for dual wielding shields.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, every time I said that, whenever we were setting up D&D, everyone looked at me like I was retarded. I was like, you just don't understand the glory.
The glory.
Ultimately, I wasn't able to do it. I wasn't able to live my best life, you know? Shame.
Hadouken OCS says, oh, here we go again. Can't wait to hear Frosty about Mystic play. Nah, Mystics, you know, they killed it. It's fine. At least we know it's dead, you know? Will Motto says, at least they were very clear about their position on Mystic and that they don't want people to play it. Yeah. Will Motto says you should record the gameplay separately from when you play the game, and when you do the podcast, you should just grind Succ. I saw you at Succ. Don't grind Starzen and PvP since it took your attention away from doing the podcast. So this one's funny, Nayashe, if you haven't followed this. I told him that that's fair. However, there's an element to playing the game during from my point of view, I used to watch this Diablo podcast where they would all like play like a Diablo run. Like this is way back in the day. And I thought that was kind of cool. So I like the idea of that in this podcast. Or if you remember going way back, the guy Kevin, I forget his last name, that would do like Dig Nation podcast. They would like drink and read shit. Like it was like casual, you know, it was like less professional, more casual. So I like that idea.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him. And he said, this is so good. I love this. Yes, but at the end of the day, I just want the result, which I'm more a fan of you than Rezlar, not a big fan of Rezlar's takes. So for he said, so for a long period of time, you didn't pay attention on what he said, and you didn't respond because you were PvPing a Ninja Akuno. It was bad for the podcast since it was only Rezlar's opinion. And then I'm going to add, in parentheses, he should have put, which is always bad. end parentheses.
Oh.
I'm saying you should record them separately so you can kind of control what the viewers see, etc., and prevent accidents like this from happening. Dude, it sounds like people found out Rezlar's on the podcast because I wasn't paying attention, and now it's ruined.
They're like, yo, who's this fucking Rezlar guy?
Hey, why is this guy talking so much? What is this mistake? This is terrible. He's just driving his car and he's honking. He's like listening to the podcast, just honking, like, stop this man in my ear.
Just having a
It's
fucking
toxic.
breakdown, punching the roof of his car.
Prevent
What
accidents.
the fuck
Like,
is this? I didn't fucking sign up for this shit. Just like freaking out.
yeah, he said, just grind Secrea. I saw you there the other day, said hi. Yeah, well, right now I can't grind Secrea because I'm missing skill add-ons and all these Lahn buffs they're getting. But I did grind 5 Elton, which seemed okay, and I was mostly alt-tabbed because Odyllita has a lot of shit with it. This guy, wow, seriously, says, Frosty, Lamau, I thought y'all were joking when people said they don't like Rezlar's voice or his opinions that much, but it really be in the comments. No, it is no joke. I've had people come up to me. I sent some of the screenshots to Rezlar. I'd be like, come up, be like, yo, dude, love the podcast. Fuck Rezlar. I was like, okay.
Wow.
I've also had some people come up to me and
Every
drop.
story needs a villain. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I have also had people come up to me and just call me a faggot. So that's also happened.
Hey,
Nice, dude.
gamer word.
Gamer words, I know. I should have given you a
TOS.
gamer word warning.
TOS.
Gamer word warning. But they come up and they'll say
Nah,
that.
she's gonna get banned.
They'll be like, hey, I watched the podcast. Or they'll be like, oh, Frosty from the podcast? I'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, you're a fucking... And they'll drop the F-bomb. And I'm like, thanks, bro. Woo! Love it. Appreciate the support. Keep watching. Every view counts, even if you hate me. Will Motto says, he tags at Wow Seriously. He says, well, it's pretty annoying when you have someone constantly complaining about literally everything. And he literally said in this video that Witch had always been better than Wizard forever. Like, come on, complaining about everything. True.
It's always hilarious to me. The podcast where people are like, oh, fucking Rezlar, all he does is complain. Like, those are the podcasts where I feel like I'm generally being pretty positive. So, like, last episode we did, I was like, yeah, dude, Guardian is pretty cool, actually. I really like The Awakening. It's really fun. Like, I had a lot of really positive shit to say. And then it's just, fucking Rezlar, always so negative. It's like, jeez. I can't win. I can't win.
I think it's funny that I got Nayashe banned. Talos X Septum says...
Hold on, I'm trying to delete the VOD. 1 second.
Talos X Septum says, start Rudum with... Oh yeah, there's the idea of having a, like the Shy having a Rudum character. Start Rudum with Professional 1 Hunting, like how Shy has Professional 1 Alchemy and Gathering. Just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of the podcast. Helps make grinding more fun. I don't know if you guys heard, but in last week's Xbox patch, they removed 40% of all monsters in the game to improve optimizations and doubled the respawn times. Don't know how much this will affect low mobility classes as it increases distances between packs, but for my 240 AP Lahn, I went from 6.2k to 6.1k at Aukman. Keep up the good work, and you guys make the game more fun to play, in my opinion. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know. Let me look. Some of these life skills, I feel like the Rudum should come with Professional 1 Sailing. Just put his ass out in the ocean. or just sniping, dude. He should be good at sniping.
I managed to delete the VOD before anyone could clip it.
Damn.
Frosty's like, damn, I was going to do that right after I finished comments.
I mean, they called me a retard, dude. Those assholes.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Chad is pretty vicious.
Silent Chad is definitely up there on the toxicity scale sometimes.
Everyone too. I think everyone thinks I have like this agenda too, like I'm defending my class. Joke's on you. I don't play any one class, right? Fuckers.
He just defends the one he re-rolled to recently because that's where he invested the most money recently.
If there's anyone who says I want all the classes to be strong, where it's actually true, it is me. Okay.
Yeah, because he could reroll.
Wait, except for mine.
Yeah, except for Maywa.
Well, yeah, I don't
That's
think
fair.
anyone
That's fair.
should play Maywa, honestly.
That's fair. That's also fair.
Queso81 says 5:30 and 52:30. I think Nayashe is catching a bug. Somebody count how many times likes you hear. He loves.
Oh yeah, I read that one. That one was funny, and I actually listened to it. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I did do a lot.
And Negan says first comment. All right, that is the show. Thank you guys for listening. Sorry again for CPCP in that episode. That was really sad. Hopefully it didn't happen with this episode. Also,
Oh yeah. Wait. Why are you even bothering to say that? They're not gonna know.
I know. I told CPCP, and I want to tell everyone here that didn't get a chance to see it, that I do want him back on the show. So after Striker Succession's out for a little bit on North America, and he's played it for a little bit, we'll bring him back on, so that way it's like when we talk about it, it's a little bit more authentic. My thing is with re-recording the same episode with the same person is we just don't. It's gonna feel faked a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna feel very fake and like forced and everything. Also, wait, Nayashe, did you actually delete the VOD?
I did.
Because I was gonna say, well, at least we have the stream VOD, and then I was like, oh wait.
Nope, it's gone.
Well,
the earliest one is February 16th. So that was like last week.
I'm wondering if I can, because I recorded this locally, if I can submit a ticket to Twitch and be like, hey, Nayashe was streaming and I said this, and it happened live on air, and there were
gosh.
kids watching at the time. Is there any way to ban him for at least 48 hours, maybe 48 weeks?
That's messed up. That's so messed up. No, see.
Can you give Musa a grapple?
I'll get another hate speech comment on my Twitch. Another 30-day ban.
Another one? You got one already?
Yeah. They claimed I did hate speech for saying something similar, but it was mostly because someone asked me if I wanted a Pegasus horse. So I said, hell no, Pegasus are for, game over.
I see.
And yeah, they took that as hate speech. So
you guys have a very different gamer word than the one that I would consider the gamer word.
Well, pretty much anything that's offensive is pretty much gamer word at this point, so.
Dude, what do you guys make of? We get like 3 item collection scrolls every day for logging in. Plus because the loyalty one we get every day, and the one just for being signed in. Plus, if you want to buy that Pearl Pack, which I actually don't agree with. I don't think it's worth, but I don't enhance anymore. But if you do enhance, it's worth. The 271, have you guys seen that?
No, I haven't.
So every day you can pay 200.
Deal?
Yeah, dude, it's actually kind of nuts. So since Wednesday, every day you could, for 270 pearls, you can get 10 artisan memories, 10 memory fragments, 10 Valk's cries, 10 Kron stones, and 2 item collection scrolls.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Oh yeah, that one's extra.
That one's really good, but it adds up.
The scrolls are actually really good.
If you do a lot of enhancing, that's definitely worth it,
right?
For sure.
Even if you just sell the materials on those scrolls that you get, like it's really profitable.
Wait, are you talking about the loyalty? Yeah, the loyalty one's nuts. Rezzo, you need to grab those every day if you haven't.
I'm grabbing
and do it with a 5-man group because you get memory fragments and you get a whole bunch of.
You get
stones.
a chance. You get so much money from those, dude. You get an insane amount of memory fragments, and you have a chance just as a raw drop from the mob and from the bundle to get a fine accessory box. And
this Sonal Siege Captain.
Yeah,
dude?
He's so good, dude. With a 5-man group,
I've been just collecting them since they started delving them out, and I actually ran them all earlier today.
Should have done it with a 5-man.
Did you get any boxes? Man. Oh, you ran them by yourself?
Yeah, I just did it myself.
Dude, it's not like relics
like
or the
relics,
other thing. No, it's way better. You get guaranteed.
Oh, it's way better, yes, but it's like relics where you get like memory fragments and stuff.
And the chance at the drop from other people's. I've gotten fine accessory box from other people's scrolls.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know. I had them and I was like, what are these? I don't know what these are. I'm just going to go knock them out. I had like 10 of them, so.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have CPCP on again. Thank you everyone for listening. Make sure you share the episode on your Discords through the game with your friends and voice, Discord, yada 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 yada. I don't want to ask for upvotes because apparently that's against terms of service, and Rezlar will get.
Is it really?
It's something about Reddit, but yeah, upvote on Reddit if you see our post, and yeah, like the YouTube video as well. And I don't know, like I was saying, I got to talk with Reza. We're going to try to do, I kind of wanted to do something PvP related to upload to the YouTube, to the Value Pack channel every once in a while.
You could just, you could have taken the footage of me getting destroyed by Despin on this Guardian versus Mewa.
Yeah, we could
but I had to delete the VOD.
It'll be a lot easier. So they announced officially in one of their interviews that once every Succession class is released, then Trials will be able to use Succession. So when that happens, I'm going to start doing a lot more. I'll record PvP videos on different classes and different matchups and stuff. And I kind of wanted to do, I don't know, like I wanted to have a little bit of like matchups and like actually in-depth like conversation on some of these matchups. I think it'd be kind of cool. Even like mirror matchups. Like I was telling Rezlar, one of my ideas would be like I'd hop on Succession Ninja and Good Ninja hop on Awakening, and we duel for a while and see kind of how the mirror matches play out in all the Succession versus Awakening classes. 1v1 would be kind of interesting.
Yellow versus Sammy would be pretty dope.
Yeah, dude, Sammy is like hardcore into League right now.
Oh, really?
He hasn't like logged into BDO in like over a week.
Yikes.
Yeah.
No worries, not missing anything. Just, PA doing its normal, who can we gimp today?
Feels bad. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure to join the Discord to get updates on everything that we're doing over here. Thanks again to Nayashe for joining us once again and joining our team. Make sure to check him out. Twitch.tv/Nayashe_NA. Links will be down below in the description now in every video, so you can check that out. He streams fairly frequently, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good one.